Hello, everybody, and welcome. My name is Kevin, and welcome to Savage Riff's Gunmetal Blues. We are, this is our team, and I've already lost track of what I'm going to say, so I'm going to go right to plugging the grinding company, grinding coffee company, and Black and LGBTQ owned business that delivers great coffee, and you can get a 10% discount with code Gunmetal Blues.
I can point at both. I can do it.
I believe.
There we go.
I believe you can.
Also, you can find us in the Discord.
Wait, you're pointing at me.
And sometimes we post fun things in there. And also now we have merch.
Orange.
There is a what is it, Dragon Beans t-shirt?
Yeah, there's a there's a t-shirt and it's also a pillow and a few other little things.
Whatever
and
you
then,
want to jam it on. Yeah.
Yeah. And then there's a one for Nicanor.
It's adorable.
Orange.
Yes, and there is a one that says, I forget what the Nicanor one is, but
it says childcare. If you do it right, they'll never lose, and it has poker chips and poker cards.
Nick, we're gonna talk about your child rearing.
They're not my kids.
You already screwed up your
own.
Oh,
Yeah, I already.
Robot.
Nick already did that thing with their kids, and their kids turned out fine? Question mark.
Anyway,
they turned out.
Yeah.
So you can check out the fun merch. I've got a t-shirt and a mug on the way. Anyway, so let's go around and introduce ourselves real quick, starting with Vavasaur.
Hello, I'm Nana Lovebug. I'm a digital artist and now TTRPG performer. This happened. We made it happen together. I'm on Twitter and TikTok. I draw a bunch of fun stuff, and now I'm playing Vavasaur, a dragon who is really, really bad at being a dragon and a human, and they're both. Ta-da!
But you're cute nonetheless.
Thank you.
All right, Nicanor.
Hello, I'm John and/or Ryamasa. I'm playing Nicanor, who both, I think, Nicanor uses they, them pronouns, and I use he, they pronouns, and Nicanor is just a human. That's it. Just a human.
Citation needed.
We're all just adjust. Like
citation myself, yeah. APA, self-communication, 2022.
Mutt.
Hi, my name is Maxine Bachman, and I play Mutt, just a dog who doesn't care about bullets. I don't care about bullets. Bullets are, bullets are bullets. It's
self-communication, Maxine, 2022.
Yeah.
Look at you.
Just want to be the goodest dog and get all the head pats.
Can you tell grad school started back up again?
Yeah. Are you using APA or MLA? APA.
APA 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know me.
Zephyrdry.
Hi, my name is Fox. I play Zephyrdry, the
just a robot.
platonic middle ground between Tinkerbell and C-3PO.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, my brain went places. Anyway.
I hope it wasn't AO3.
Anyway.
You let me on this show. You asked me to be here.
I know. My own fault.
Excuse me.
Fox, they bring chaos.
So, we're going to do a flashback real quick to a place.
Ooh.
We see a Chiron on the board that says Lady Love, Texas, or Lovelady, Texas. And we see a truck driving into what looks to be a small town. Inside that truck is Nicanor and a couple of other mercenaries, one of which is wearing kind of new spiky armor. And it is Atherton, who looks to be very on edge. Driving in the front seat is another merc who does not get a name in this, as they will not survive the experience. And it says, all right, the mission brief is, we've got a coalition defector hiding in this town that we're going to escort up to Laszlo. It's going to be dangerous. Coalition will be on our heels, and they want him dead more than anything. Probably knows something or other. Anyway, they've paid us enough to make it worth our time. The group gets into town and gives orders to Nicanor to do overlook at a certain spot. and then sends Atherton off to do surveillance, and the other two head into town. They find him and call you all together. They say they're ready to go and start getting moving. The 4 people get into the car where a dark-haired man who looks extremely paranoid, a dark-haired white man with stubble who just looks extremely paranoid, is like very scared. Atherton does not get in the car. He decides that he's going to use the hopper feature on his new armor. Nick, his new armor, it's not right. It's weird. Something about it's off. And Atherton's just kind of talking to himself more often, you've seen. The car gets jostled a little bit. You get away out of town. And then Atherton calls for an emergency stop. Nick, nothing's coming up on scanners. Atherton comes down and pulls the guy out of the car and just starts beating him with his spiked fists. Something is wrong with Atherton. What is Nick's first instinct in this moment?
Our job was to get the man back to Laszlo.
Yeah. Alive.
And Atherton's beating the shit out of him. So Atherton's in the way. So remove the obstacle in the way.
An explosion happens as Nicanor pulls their rifle, and the front of the car explodes as a shoulder cannon from Atherton's armor blows away the front of the car. Nicanor is ejected out the side, and it looks like Atherton is done beating this person to death. What does Nicanor say as Atherton approaches them? Or do they say anything?
No, I don't think they do. I think it's a look at Atherton, a look at the dead man, a look back at the car that has blown up. And I think they reach around for the rifle, probably knowing they're not going to get there in time.
They reach around for the rifle, and Atherton takes a moment to go, "I've always fucking hated you." And Nicanor gets to their rifle, squeezes off one round as another explosive fireball comes from the armor. We see Atherton's head go back and snap sharp. We cut back to now. You've made your way back from Merktown. And you all return. It is a bit of a trip because you've got Weird Bill and his fish friend. And you had a very rough experience with some mercs who kind of picked a fight with you.
Shot our dog.
Yeah.
Yeah. They did do that.
Rude.
Why lost his fucking head?
Is there any, what do you talk, like, does anyone talk on the way back?
Woof.
Good.
Zephyrdry expresses some mild concern that everybody was talking to somebody that she couldn't see and couldn't quite hear. And that was weird and very upsetting for her.
You couldn't see them?
No. There was the angry gentleman with the sword, all of the other angry people that were behind us, and then something that my sensors just didn't register beyond the occasional glitch and static, so I was very confused when people started shooting.
Where are you right now? Are you sitting down? Are you kind of floating? Are you?
This could be after a stop along the way to catch your bearings. You're well out of Merktown.
Sure, like getting munchies at like a gas stop.
Like I said,
You've
Weird Bill
decided to
just
camp
like go
for
stop. Like what? Weird Bill, what? It's like I need
Weird
to
Bill
commune.
needs to. Little Bill's like, I need to use the little mage's room.
Good. Amazing.
Love me a little mage's room.
Christ.
Outstanding.
Okay. So then I just kind of come over and I put my head on your lap, Sophia Tree, but it's more like just the tip of my muzzle so that I don't like yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, or more like I put my head next to you and just my ear
the ear just floats over my face
on your lap, like just on your lap. It more like flicks because it's one of the ears that go like this.
No, I reach over and start scratching Mutt's ear, of course.
Bleh.
It was an altogether new experience for me. Did you say you saw someone?
Red Canis. That was her name.
Associate of yours? As I like look over at Nicanor.
Did you? Because wait, you were there when we met them the first time, right?
Zephyrdry was not.
Oh no, you were not. You were.
This is all new, all different to her.
Right. Nick just kind of shrugs and goes, "Not an associate of mine, but I mean, mercs know mercs, so you tend to know some names. He picked them up. I've heard of them. They've clearly heard of me. I guess their boss has a beef or some shit. I don't fucking know.
Should we be worried that this person is going to come after us?
Yeah, probably.
I see. And I just get real quiet.
Bloop. I like you.
I just hug the side of Mutt's head.
Yeah.
Comes with the job, unfortunately.
Vavasaur shifts and is like, if they continue to come after us, we will eventually have to deal with them. Are we allowed to deal with them?
I
mean-
won't let anyone come to harm here.
Woof.
Yeah, as long as we're not like.
Actually,
The only reason we're not picking fights in Merktown is because picking fight in Merktowns is a really good way to get yourself killed by the rest of Merktown. So, outside of that, hey, if someone pulls a gun on you, shoot them, or stab them, or whatever you do when you're.
You do this and like everything clicks and they're like, oh, of course,
Yes.
yes. They nod
I
sagely.
will do that.
The eyes narrow
Good.
a little.
Will. Yeah,
Yes.
of course, yes.
Perfect.
Sage advice.
Your Highness is extremely capable of considerable violence.
They
Suppose I've
put,
little. Good.
they put their hand on their heart and I'm like, thank you so much. That's really nice of you to say it. I just being with the Legion, they put their actual hand up to the mask's eyes. Like being with the Legion, it's like sometimes it's really tough, and when someone says something that like really penetrate, thank you, Sophia. That's very nice of you.
I kind of do that butt
course.
shuffle where like my head is still by you, but my butt shuffles in your direction. Still like my little tail is wagging there by. I'm like, I have to protect everybody. They're all in bad time. In weird brain space.
It's
Okay.
all right. Apologies. I'm very used to looking after people, and it is an altogether unusual situation where I can't see or hear or sense the vibrations of, or pick up the heat signature of, or pick up the EM trace of, or otherwise detect something that's sneaking up onto people under my charge.
Well, now that we know what is not there, we know what to not look for. Right?
Woof.
Of course, Your Highness.
Cut to
Yeah.
a memory of Baron saying that very dedicated and very clearly. Now that we know what to not look for.
Yes.
Again, a
We will not
sage
look
nod.
for it.
My wise mentor. Yes, he's
The
so
hood with the little lumps in the hood and
Vavasaur just
is-
like regurgitating fortune cookies is my favorite new thing ever.
what does Baron look like? I don't know that we've
Yeah.
asked.
I think Baron looks like an older, gruffer, black man with graying and then into black dreads, like locks, that go back into like a low ponytail, like a salt and pepper beard kind of thing. And he looks like a man with very, very like a kind expression on his face. If he ever showed his face, he always wears the mask. And that's why Vavasor has their mask, because then when you upgrade, you give to your protege.
It is a different color scheme. What color scheme is it?
Mine was much like the training hook. It looks a lot newer than his. His looks like old and kind of rusted gold, but it's not actual gold. We live in post-apocalypse, so it's not actual gold, but it looks.
It could be orichalcum, like fucking who knows?
There it is. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Just
right.
insert gold-ish metal. That's kind of what it looked like. This rusted on the side thing. But yeah, that's probably what Butch would know him as, and what the rest of the world would know Baron as.
Good. Just wanted to get that visual in my head so that I would know.
Yeah, I think Heimdall. Good old Idris Elba Heimdall.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna lie, that was where my brain went, and it was just like, that's a good look.
I was like, I was seeing Idris Elba with dreads, but I couldn't remember what movie it was from.
Yes.
But then I did get him yelling, today we come to cancel the apocalypse from Pacific Rim.
Yep.
Which is the start of a movie podcast I listen to.
It's a good,
very jumbled in my head.
Very
it's
good,
a good
movie.
line.
It's a good line.
I love Pacific Rim.
Canceling
Okay, enough of.
apocalypse.
Oh, I have a story about that later. Anyways,
Okay, so so if there's nothing else you need to talk about,
Nervously
the
scratched
rest
his
of
dog.
the rest of the way is a little weird as Bill starts mumbling to the fish in a language no one can understand.
Wow, even me?
Yep.
Wow. Uh-oh.
I don't understand much, so it doesn't bother me.
I was like, ooh, another thing I don't get. Nice.
Yes.
Well, good news, it's not demon.
Well, that's good.
I understand emotion. They seem pretty happy with their little buddy over there, so I'm not worried.
At one point, it sounds like he's giving the reply half of a knock-knock joke. Then he starts laughing.
What?
Good.
Woof.
All right. Now, you come into Castle Refuge. It's a quiet night. It's night now. It seems to be kind of quiet. There's not much happening. The glitter boy at the gates kind of receives your transponder signal and lets you through. The Sky Knight's flying above. The golden-winged dinosaur eagle people, four-armed eagle Sky Knights, fly above, occasionally glinting the reflection of the lights of the castle. You dismount. Tannhauser's there, signs off on your mission. Weird Bill goes to shake his hand, and he just kind of shakes his hand. And you can see that Tannhauser does reach behind him and pull out a little hand sanitizer afterwards.
Jeez.
Where
There's something about Weird Bill's always off.
Zafir, did you bring my coffee with me, or did you drop it? Because
It may be over near the pyramid.
Yes, it was over near the pyramid last we knew. But
Okay, I
maybe
didn't know
something
if it was successfully went through, or if it successfully
Oh, it didn't come with
stayed,
you.
or
No,
okay,
they-
it didn't.
I
Okay.
just sort
the
of
mages
I
would
sort
not
of
have let you.
I did the looks left, looks right.
Okay. Okay.
It's still a council refuge. It's just outside of that little pyramid ley line transport room thing.
Good.
Okay. So I would probably see Tannhauser and my ears would pop up. You just see my nose to the floor and I'd just start tracking it out.
All right.
Just bye guys. Coffee.
And there goes.
Tannhauser says, I heard there was a report of some trouble in Merktown. Y'all good?
Yeah, I think we came out of it better than they did, honestly. So I think Zafir did a decapitation.
I
Or
was
that
forced to
saving?
decapitate someone in order to defend ourselves, yes.
Okay. Listen, this is Merktown. Like,
Mhm.
Yeah, that's how it goes. But no, at the end of the day, they walked it back.
okay. If you need any support or information, I'm here for you.
Are there replacement payment cards? And they hold up the 2 sliced equal pieces of their payment card that was cut in half last week.
I did
They
too.
didn't know it was all their money. They didn't forget. Are there perhaps a remagnetization of the card itself? Or...
Okay. Hand it to me.
I hand it to them.
He takes it, goes, puts it together, like jams them together, shakes it, kind of like puts his fingers over the middle of it, and you can see the magic that he uses as he fuses the 2 halves together with a mending spell.
Whoa.
Well, it would be fancy. I would have just taken it to the Moe's.
And flicks it back to you.
I catch it because my reflexes are very fast.
Yes, they are.
Good job. You did it.
This is incredible. Thank you so much.
Don't mention it to anybody. Ever.
I will not.
Thank you.
I've already erased it from my logs.
Who are you?
I don't remember. I erased that from my logs. Sorry, I'm just trying to break the attention.
But yeah, you've got resources here if you need it. Don't forget, we've got one of the few well-known, well-stocked libraries. And we got plenty of experts around if you need to know anything. We also have some psychics. The information you get from them may be suspect or unreliable. You know how visions and whatnot work. So anyway.
Great.
But yeah. All right. So next time I have a mission for you, I'll give you a ring on the comms. All right.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Woof. From really far away.
One antenna turns in that direction. What's that, Ty?
Oh, good. Well, I hope they find their. What are they looking for?
I'm just going to the pyramid. Yeah.
If I had to guess.
Oh, the coffee box.
I thought it might be
Right.
of questionable safety to include it on our ley line ride, so I discreetly deposited it outside of the room.
Yeah, I don't see a problem with that. I don't really get how that works, so the less variables involved, the better for me, honestly.
It's like a medal in Valheim where you can't take it through the portal.
Yeah. Don't take anything that woman created through any teleportation device ever.
Anyway, so does anyone have anything they want to do around Castle Refuge? It's going to be a day.
All right.
Before you get another mission. You don't have to do something, but now's just giving everybody a quick opportunity.
I would.
Yeah. But Maxine spoke first, so they go.
No, you go first. You go first.
No.
Okay,
You said
go.
it first. It's you.
Okay. Once I have found and recovered my coffee maker, I would like to take it to the hospital and bring it to the secretary person, my secretary buddy.
All right, the secretary there, I forget if we gave him a name. I forget what type he was. I believe he was probably a Grackletooth with a big...
yeah, he was. He was definitely Grackletooth.
Yeah. So he goes, oh, what you got there?
And I drop
It
I
clanks
push
with
it.
crystals. He goes,
and push it.
leans down and picks it up with his giant dinosaur-looking hand. Puts it on the edge of the desk. Is like, what's this?
And I just sit down. I just kind of like shrug and sit down. My head like tilts. And I curl up at his feet.
Oh, okay. Gives you scratches.
That's a question.
Sometimes later, the doctor comes out, whose name Mortimer Alhoun. Sir Mortimer Alhoun comes out and goes
Sir Doctor.
Into the lobby to talk and goes, William, what is that doing here?
I poke my head out.
Looks at the side of it, sees the big star-shaped symbol, and is like, Please do not bring that into the interior.
I ask, like I communicate with Mortimer, like, is it bad? Do I need to bad?
No, it's just that when Cassidy builds something as a joke, she sometimes layers the jokes.
Ah, you just see this face of like, oh, and her tail starts wagging. She just picks it up and books it out of there.
And someone taught her a spell about bubblegum.
I would like to book it out of there and go to, is Cassidy still here?
Not at the moment, but Cassidy's trailer is a known place where explosions sometimes happen.
I very much go to the, I assume I would know where it is because I've been here before.
Yeah, you've been around enough. You can drop it off at the.
Yeah. I just sit there and I wait. And we don't have to have an interaction. I just sit there and I wait.
Cassidy's not due back for like a month. Anyway.
Okay. I'll wait for a while and then get distracted and then go somewhere. I don't know. We'll figure out where later.
It doesn't. Yeah. Anyone else?
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounded like you had a thing.
I do. Nick is going to wander back to the that sort of blacksmith stable that they spend time at, and go
The
looking
workbench
for
is what is nailed up outside.
the workbench, and go looking for Hendrix.
Question. Would you
Mhm.
object if Saphirji started following you?
I would not object.
Fair.
Nick might object, depending on what you're doing. So are we sneaky following, or are we...
Are you subtle following?
Yeah.
Not sneaky following, but more of a just like we all start to go our separate ways, and then like Saphirji kind of like goes out of the room and looks and then glances over at Nick, and then just kind of zzz after them.
Yeah, no, that's, I think, I don't think Nick is paying too much attention right now. So yeah, I'll
Okay.
say whenever you think Saphirji would lose it and make a noise that would register them or something, you let me know and we'll figure it out with math.
Okay.
Sure. All right.
But please continue.
Hendrix is working late, it seems.
Yeah.
At this point, he is making since there's no like industrial process, he is making custom built he's working on a custom built mega damage frame for a vehicle.
Oh, cute. Love that.
It's his project to rebuild a 57 Chevrolet Bel Air.
Make it mega damage.
But make it mega damage.
Good.
Smart.
Yeah, so Nick will kind of like roll up to the door and just kind of like, hey, you got a second to talk?
It takes a moment because Hendrix being deaf, you have to like catch their
Yep.
eye, and they're soldering things, so they got the mask on, so you gotta wait for your moment.
Yeah, and we'll just like sort of just like knocks on the door to in case the motion will like note them that something's there, and then just kind of wait and then sign it over.
Gotcha. Yeah, what's up? Lifts up the mask.
Yeah. Ghosts from a while ago.
Salt,
Yeah,
iron filings.
Yep. I know how to shoot ghosts. Drax.
Okay.
I'm talking more people who know from before.
Oh, you mean history?
I mean history. History's catching up, and I've got some questions.
All right. What do you need?
There's like a tire pile or something nearby. I kind of flutter over and sit down on top of it.
Does Saphirji understand sign language? Is that a thing?
Good question.
Ooh.
Do I?
You know
I
what?
speak several languages, but
Yeah, ASL is a very unique thing too. I'm gonna give you an intelligence roll to figure it out over time.
okay.
So make a roll with your smarts. at a -2.
-2.
Also,
And we're rolling.
as a question, because sometimes when you're signing, the non-deaf person would talk while they're doing it,
Yeah.
just so that the word. Are you doing that?
No,
Do we
Nick
get, like,
is
half of it.
No, Nick is fluent, so Nick just will just speak it. Also because it's really useful for communicating over distances in a battlefield setting.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Super fair.
I always wanted to learn it for use at concerts.
I have friends who use it specifically at like dim sum places and crowded restaurants, so you can talk to each other across the table without having to yell.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
I might sign. Oh, that's smart as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Today I learned something.
Yeah.
So
you.
with your 14, it does not take long for Zephyrdry knows there's language going back and forth, and
Yeah, apparently I hit with a raise. Do with that what you will.
you hit with several raises. So you're not fluent in it. You could potentially get like some words, but you're not going to be a master of it by any means. But
For sure.
yeah,
Okay.
you do find easily accessible on the Wi-Fi, like a book on the public Wi-Fi that they have there, a book on American Sign Language and that chart with the letters, which is only things I know pretty much. But yeah, so, and people who know sign language can go super fast.
Yes.
So,
Yep.
especially when they know the other person's fluent, and yes.
And
So you might
like,
not pick
also
up
have
everything.
shorthand.
Can't remember repeat, but slow is a very
Yeah,
important
that's
one.
one of my favorite ones. Like, I go slow. Like,
Yep.
really slow. You did tweedle.
What did you need to know from Hendrix?
Well, I think I don't know when Zephyrdry's comprehension kicks in, but the thing that Nick will ask first of Hendrix is verbatim, I need to know how Nick died. And that's where they start from there. So I don't know when Zephyrdry is going to come in and pick up the information from there, or what the content of the conversation is afterwards.
Pick it up starting at Nick died.
Okay, nice.
You don't know the first half of that sentence.
Look very confused, but give the conversation just a little bit longer to play out. It's like
Also, Zephyrdry, roll a stealth or a sneak.
Sure.
Yep.
I am.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be
A
suspicious.
5. You got a 5 and a 1.
Don't be suspicious.
5 is acceptable.
Nice.
Okay. Wasn't sure if this was going to be like a opposed test.
Notice. I've decided to just make it pretty simple in this case.
Yeah, Nick's not really paying attention to people listening anyways
enough.
at this point, so
Yeah.
And I would not be setting off your danger sense. I am there out of a sense of concern, not whatever this is.
murder, not murder. Yeah.
He signs back. I'd already been injured, so I was already out of the game by then.
Yeah.
But I know he got sent off on a mission to go pick up a coalition not a deserter. What do they call it when you change countries by choice? Defector. A coalition defector. And it didn't. And the only person that came back from that mission was Atherton.
Okay.
This is I confronted Atherton about it, and he just something was off about him. He'd gotten jaded and mean. Not the stupid kid that Nick and I first met.
Okay. Well, I'll have to look into that one. Also, oh my god, what was the cyberknight that Candace whose Candace was using again?
I forget again, so I'm going to check.
Me
my
too.
notes. Sir Nabi.
That's Nabi. Yeah, it goes. Do you know anyone Nabi ever trained?
Trained a couple.
Okay. Do you know when and where? Because I think I met one of them last week or two.
There's this young woman, Carnation. There was a little boy who was a squire for a while, but I don't think he ever joined the order.
Carnation have a nickname? Canis sound familiar to you?
Yeah, actually, that does.
Yeah, checks out. All right. Well, good to know. I'll have to keep asking a little further up then, I guess.
Nabi's dead. We know that much.
Yeah, no.
Also, after I left, but
yeah, no, it just means I'm gonna have to make a phone call.
he signs back, "What's that like?"
Well,
And then you hear him laugh, and he goes, "Just kidding. Video screens."
Zephyrdry laughs. She can't help herself. It's small
Good.
and it's tittering, but she laughs.
Nice.
Does Nick pick that up? Would you
Nick
like to roll?
Yeah, Nick might pick that up, I think.
Make the roll.
We'll see. Roll a notice, right?
Yep.
This one is audio.
We'll just go with the
so-
default 4.
Yeah, this one is audio, so my helmet doesn't help here.
The goggles do nothing.
They do nothing.
Get that
But it
reference.
This is
is
a
a
6.
flat 6, so yes.
6.
Yeah, I think Nick starts signing like the first half of a sentence, which is like, yeah, it just means I didn't really want to have to talk to, and then hears it and then stops. All right, okay. So
Oh.
how long have you been there?
Do you say that or do you sign it? I'm curious.
You might do both if your brain's in space.
Nick does it to both just because like talking to you and then signing it so Hendrix can keep up.
Not long. Long enough. A little confused. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to pry.
You just sat on a tire stack 3 feet from here.
You seemed really busy, and I needed to check with you about something.
If you wanted to pry any harder, you should have grabbed one of the crowbars.
I picked up crowbar, so I think that was probably another joke. Your friend
Actually
is very
said that
funny.
one out loud.
Oh, he said that out loud. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm very handy. Yes.
I know.
Yeah.
Nervously scratches back of head.
Yeah, no, it's fine. All right. Drix, we'll leave you to it. We don't need 2 people standing around your workshop while you are lovingly restoring that beat up piece of junk, and Nick leaves.
Before you go, he's like, I'm at the point where I hate it again.
Oh, well, stop working on it then.
I can't. I'll love it again in 2 days.
All right, fair enough. You got a weird relationship with that thing. And then Nick walks out the door.
It's a beautiful vehicle. And I just I float up and then do that midair like bowing thing towards him.
It's like,
I get that response
looks at you
a lot.
weird when you bow.
And go out after Nick.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you needed to check on something or ask questions or whatever?
I'm worried about you a bit in your past. More specifically, there seemed to be an
Fair.
awful lot of dead people, and you were asking about Nick, which is very confusing for me. I thought your name was Nick. Honor.
Um,
I'm doing this like hands behind back, like slightly tilted sideways float at eye level with Nicanor.
Nick is kind of, I think, leaning on the outside of the workbench, and then just kind of like opens it back up again, sticks their like torso in, and just kind of signs to Hendrix. What do you think? Can I tell them the whole thing, or like some of it? They've already heard a chunk.
If you're asking permission, you already know what you want the answer to be.
Nick replies with a very universally recognized single finger upwards, closes the door. And then yeah, all right. Nicanor is the name I use.
Yes. Zephyrdry is the name I
Nicanor.
use.
Nicanor has not always been the name I used.
Oh, that would make a lot more sense.
Yeah. Think of it more like a mantle.
Oh, like Vavasaur.
Something like that, yeah, I guess. Now that I think about it.
I'm
Yeah,
honestly
I
a bit
guess
fuzzy myself.
No, technically that's fair, yeah. No, that's true. But
Oh. Was this a title
I
that was passed to you, or?
no, it was one I took on to keep an image alive.
For whom? If I may ask.
When you are good at your job, and when your job is merc work, you tend to get pretty well known by both people who you work with and people who want to kill you and people whose plans you've thrown several wrenches and a tank into.
Sounds ghastly.
It's fine, it's a job. But I'm pretty good at this job.
I would say you're extremely proficient. I saw you shoot through the side of a mountain.
Yeah, thank you. My husband was better.
See.
Until he wasn't.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it's decades ago at this point. Don't worry about it. But he had a look and a name, and that look was anonymous enough that someone could step into it, fill it up, and pretend he had never gone. And that's a deterrent all on its own sometimes.
See. But forgive me, it's also a bit romantic in a way, isn't it? Sort of like he's still here. Through you. As you. Or with you.
Nick thinks about it for like 2 seconds and he goes, "Nah, he's pretty dead." And then like motions to like kicks like motions with their shoulder, like follow them as they like sort of kick off of the wall and walk back towards like where they live.
The character does a double take, her eyes turn like 3 different colors, and she just after him.
All right, this gives a chance for a perfect scene break here. Is there anything Vavasaur is up to, or would Vavasaur go into training?
Vavasaur would go into training. They felt so humiliated after the last fight. They're so awkward as a humanoid.
Gotcha. Training in the gym is a Native American man with a mega damage steel chest plate, and a long black hair. And you see him sparring with an older man who everyone here kind of knows, who is also in a steel chest plate and cybernetic arms, and that's Lord Koake. And he is currently sparring with Sir Thorpe.
I don't know why that made me laugh.
Who also has a reputation. I believe it is Sir Thorpe. I could be getting that wrong, but I think I'm correct.
Something about the Sir Thorpe.
He's been knighted. Thorpeton is his full name. I let them. I give them a wide berth. I let them spar. I don't interrupt.
As it goes on, you can tell they're cyber knights who are practicing martial arts forms, and 2 people who have fought each other so much that they kind of like know that the line between them is like who will win in this sparring match kind of is whoever gets distracted or makes a mistake.
That's good.
I say this watching 2 of my friends play fighting games, knowing that like there's just a little bit of difference between them, and if one of them just happens to catch it that day. But after a while, Sir Koake finishes up. Sir Koake, let's see, loses. And goes down hard, thumps on the mats. That was the kind of strength that would have put someone through a wall. Sir Thorpe is also a cyber knight. So the two of them are pretty equally paired, having fought each other so many times in practice. Never on the battlefield. They've always been on the same side on the battlefield. And he has a dark hair. He doesn't have earrings in during combat. During training, you don't train with your hoop earrings in. But you can see his ears are pierced several times, and he has 2 long braids down front. I'm looking at a picture of the NPC now. It was and Sir Koake leaves, and Sir Thorpe is still there. And it looks like he goes and gets a smoothie and then starts at a leg press, which has let's say a couple tons on it. No, not tons. No, 2 tons on it.
Super cash, just like a super cash,
super
like
cash, drinking their protein drink.
I love these beefy bros.
The beefy bros and the beefy bro gym.
Mm-hmm. They look up to them immediately. Just
hey, young one.
They are fully distracted and immediately stumble or get hurt, and they go, "Hello, hi, hello."
You can feel that there has been a psychic appraisal of you. Kind of quickly. It wasn't like an aggressive one. It was... I'm a little bored with these leg presses already.
There are other exercise machines you can use. They look around awkwardly.
You're pretty tough, so...
Thank you.
Do you want to spar in that form?
What do you mean?
I think your other form might be a little large for this place.
They look around without missing a beat and is like, yeah, I'm way bigger than... How do you... I'm
a psychic. You have an aura. Everyone has an aura. It's just I'm very good at reading them.
I see.
Yep.
I think this form would be better.
Plus, you got to train in both of them, Can't just do legs. Some people focus too much on arms and then they topple over like a weird action figure.
They nod like that makes perfect sense to them, and they go, the balance is all off. You can't just do legs. You have to do both. And they pick up their training hook, their serrated roadhog training hook, and square up. They take off their metaphysical earrings and like, okay, yeah, no, this guy's talking my language. He starts squaring up.
All right, minor armor, don't... First blood?
Yes.
Cool. You see the chest plate doubles up into the armored form, and then he goes and puts on the rest of the armored jacket and leggings, gets into the ring, seems to give a little prayer, and then pulls out 2 giant axes with giant energy axes that appear to have energy feathers coming off of him. This is a proud Native American man who, instead of a sword, has created psi tomahawks, like psi axes.
Vavasaur says out loud at normal speaking volume, "Oh no, that's so cool."
Thanks. It takes a lot of effort.
It looks like it does. It doesn't look easy. It looks so cool.
Halfway through that sentence, just comes in at you.
They're still talking. It looks so cool. Oh no! What dice do I roll to fight this man amicably?
I'm not gonna make it a straight up fight. I'm gonna say roll twice on your fighting. So roll your fighting. Let me click on what numbers you get.
4.
You got a 4 and a 2. 4 is going to be a success here because we're just doing it in the basic style and not using his like 15 to parry or whatever it would be. Yeah. You get a couple of like light blows in, and let me see for him. Where's my D12? You also take some good like rib shots.
Solid.
And he does catch your chain on his axes occasionally, but your chain is sturdy enough to handle it. But you're probably gonna have to replace some of the links of your chain after this, because those axes are nasty.
I'm a fully magical being going against a cyber knight, so I'm like, yeah, this is really fun. I'm so scared. We're all having fun.
You talked about a knight has never slowed a dragon. Oh no.
Oh no.
But every now and then during the fight, he will like tell you something to correct your stance a little bit, or like
yeah, they love that. They're so receptive to that. Absolutely.
Is giving you like some small pointers. It says, your form's good. You were trained by someone who's just fights without regard for their safety.
Oh my god, thank you so much. Yeah.
That was only a little bit of a compliment.
Oh, okay. They immediately
You're tough as hell.
The stance. Thank you.
There's
tough as
always
hell.
something tougher.
I understand. Thank you for your sage advice. And then they try to smack him in the face.
Make a fighting roll, as he has gone into speech mode.
This is very, very helpful.
You got hit with a raise with that 8. So I'm gonna. So you actually managed to crack him in the side with the hook hard enough to draw blood, and he goes, "Ah, God, good one. Oh, hell. Oh, I feel that. God." And you can see as he puts his hand on it, the damage you had done is psychically healing.
Oh, it's so cool. Again, fully out loud.
You could learn that.
I hope to. That's incredible.
So what's your name?
Lavasaur. What's yours?
Winslow Thorpe. I'm Sir Thorpe.
Sir Thorpe. A pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you.
They do the warriors clasp thing.
Yes,
they've seen it. They know what to do.
Yeah.
Clasp of friends.
There's an eagle screech for some reason somewhere.
Pride of 2 strong guys. Fuck yeah.
But as Sir Thorpe
starburst behind
starts like unarmoring, you see Sir Thorpe's muscular as hell, only partially cybernetic back has several tattoos of a roaring eagle flying in a traditional style. I believe, I don't remember what nation he's from, but yeah. But he has several very good-looking but not magical tattoos.
They are fully enamored. If their eyes were able to be seen, there would be anime sparkles inside of them.
Oh, this also is an older man, so you can kind of see the crow's feet around his eyes a little bit.
Oh, okay, but there are more sparkles in their eyes. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Interesting. Cool. They walk up to them as they're as he's, deep cooling down.
Yeah.
And say in a string of words, no punctuation, I really like how you fight. Do you train often? We should train together.
I train pretty much every day when I'm not traveling with Miss. Is it Dr. Tarn? I think it's Dr. Tarn. Yeah. When I'm not traveling with Dr. Tarn. Aaron Tarn is well known at this camp. Aaron Tarn travels the world documenting things and writing them down. One of the few people who has successfully done this in many places. Many people try to do this and never come back. Aaron Tarn travels with Sir Thorpe and has published a book called several books. I've forgotten the name of them all at the moment. But Aaron Tarn is like the chronicler of this world. And they've become a bit of a celebrity and they kind of hate it. But like pictures of Aaron Tarn are like, look at this hot woman explorer, when Aaron Tarn really is more Murder, She Wrote than she is Lara Croft.
Oh yeah.
So It's just, we stop in every once in a while. She helped found this place, and helped found the Legion. This place was here first. But yeah, we come back at least once a year, check in, drop off her latest novel or her latest travel writing. Now, if we remember to come back and time doesn't dilate us in the wrong direction.
I see. I hope you remember to come back. This fight has been invigorating. Thank you for it. They readjust their armor because it's definitely just been like, oh, I got bundled straight up. Okay, let me put this back on.
Gives you like a grasp on the shoulder and goes, "You'll get there, young one."
They're definitely not crying. They're not. Why would you even? They're not crying. They sniffle and say, "Thank you. That means a lot to me."
And Sorthorpe grabs his things and traversing our modern world was the first unauthorized publication of her work. Thank you, Armor Lord, our resident person who knows who knows as much as I do, but can remember it
and everything.
at times when I can't.
Thank you, archivist.
Yeah.
Woo! Archivist, Lord Armor Lorden.
So, with that, is Nick's conversation with Safirdri continuing?
If Safirdri wants to ask more questions, yes, and if not, Nick will absolutely leave it on that absolute dead ringer of a sentence, and kind of meanders. So it really depends. I think it depends on Safirdri.
Where's Nicanor headed? Or if you have a place in mind.
Nicanor's heading home to
Okay.
throw their crap down and then probably try and sleep. But is the unspoken invitation of not telling you to go away was you have between here and my door if you have other questions.
Which is basically like the long and short of it is she'll follow her head kind of. I'm trying to remember the last. I got very involved in the Vavasaur scene. I don't remember what the bomb you dropped at the end there. The phrasing.
It was it was no, he's dead, and then walked away because you were being all romantic about it. And
right. Okay.
No.
So there is I think a lull in the conversation for a moment as you kind of pull ahead and it's clear you're heading towards where you're gonna fucking sleep for the night, and I'm just like, hang on, and start flying up after you, and I catch back up and again do that kind of like floating next to you with my hands behind my back, looking at you at about eye level. I don't mean to pry, but
But you're gonna, so you don't need to start with that.
That's fair, I suppose. He was a mercenary then. Suppose he met the obvious end.
Yeah, it was Nick was both of us were really. Nick was a more powerful psychic than I was, but I was a better shot. So we taught each other a lot and learned, and it turns out our skill sets were pretty compatible with each other. But he did more at the time. He did more spec ops thing, and I was more general company and mission work. So
when did he pass?
Oh, must have been, how old am I now? 57? 20 something years ago at this point, give or take. But
Playing the flippancy, I suppose.
yeah, look, I didn't want to be rude about it, right? Because it's kind of funny to me, but yeah, I've had time. It's funny to me when people still think it would hurt, but it doesn't so much anymore. I've had time to come to with it. Kept doing the work that we did together, so that helps. And we have kids, so I didn't have a lot of time to mope about that.
You have children
and grandkids. Yep.
Your children have children. You've never mentioned.
Yeah, it wasn't relevant.
I beg to differ. Knowing as much as I can about the people I work with is absolutely relevant. It certainly means that even if your husband is no longer with us, I still have someone that I need to make sure you're coming back home to.
Yeah, I mean, ideally that would be me. I'd like to come back home, but you
Well,
know.
I mean, yes, of course. Obviously, should continue to exist for your own purposes, but people would miss you, Nick. And that's she wouldn't have said Nick. She would have said Ranger Nick.
Mhm.
But people would miss you, Ranger Nick, and you are a tall, dark, and mysterious, very private person. Just thought it might be nice to get to know one another better.
Yeah, that's fine. I have 2 conditions for this.
Oh, of course.
One, I think you understand discretion, so you don't tell them until I do.
Oh, absolutely not.
The rest of the team. 2, if you at any point try to sacrifice yourself to keep me alive, I will shoot you out of the air myself.
I assure you that my self-destruct circuit is quite offline.
Good.
Come to think of it, you don't have one. You
I
were
don't.
built with. You were specifically built without one.
Yes.
Ooh.
Zafir G is, yes, very much making a joke in that regard, but
I don't
she's
think Nick knows that, so that's good.
Actually, question for the GM. Am I
Yeah.
aware I don't have a self-destruct sequence?
This is the first time you've ever thought about a self-destruct sequence in relation to yourself, and the answer is no. Even if you tried to overload your power supply, no. You are
Huh.
incapable of self-destruct.
I cannot self-terminate.
Okay. So,
Noted.
all right, so we've all learned
Okay.
something today.
Yeah, I should. It's just,
Yeah.
there's a little flicker of the
Yeah.
ear there. It's just like, huh?
You're right.
No, just I've never contemplated suicide before. Anyway, no, fret not.
All right.
I will do my level best to not sacrifice myself. I've found that people on this planet are very dismissive with regards to the continued well-being of synthetic life forms. We're a bit more disposable here, it seems. I assure you, I very much value my mortality and would like to continue living, not functioning, being alive for as long as I can conceivably manage. I have a princess to get back to, and need to do that in one piece as best I can. So, and I like put my tiny hand on Nicanor's shoulder. So worry not, noble
So
Nicanor.
you go to do that and you whiff the air because you said princess, and Nick has fully stopped in the street. Like, hold up, what?
I spin a little like ass over tea kettle for a second, like, hey.
I'm sorry. You said you have a princess now? Hold on. What?
Oh, right. I suppose it is only fair, isn't it? Please stand by while Fox gets her whole name.
It's a long title. It's
Please
Oh,
stand
boy.
by.
20 words in
Standing
it.
by. Standing
It's to
by.
your-
It's a
yourself,
very
but-
long name,
Yeah.
and I need to make sure it's in front of me so I don't screw
Yeah.
it up.
Oh, I'm
I think
super ready
Kevin
for
said
this.
it
Let's
one
do it.
time. Kevin said
Yes.
it one time prior.
And I was reading it
So
as
long.
I said it.
It's so long.
It's so long.
I'm super ready
but-
for this.
but that's I blame Kevin for this. Right. I guess I have never really mentioned. Nobody really took an interest to ask. I am here in the service of Her Illustrious Highness Princess Elena Fadieva the Brave, heir to the throne of Icon, stewardess of Unbidden Mercy. And there's like a little like curtsy bow thing that she does as she says this.
Okay. Can you break those down one by one, because I got all of the words that you used, but that whole sentence doesn't make sense.
Well, Her Illustrious Highness is the way that you're supposed to address royalty, especially the primacy of royalty on my homeworld of Kith.
Okay.
So Her Royal Highness, Princess, because, well, she's the daughter of the king.
Got that
I
part.
suspect
Yep, okay.
you've reproduced. I
Yeah.
don't think I need to explain to you how that works. You probably got
Well,
it.
I mean, I don't think we do it the same way, but yes, I get the gist of it.
It's not dissimilar from your human-ish
Oh.
physiology. I've been presuming that you're human. You seem human, but with a very big brain.
Yeah, I'm pretty solidly here. Anyway, next bit.
Now Next, Elena Fadiyeva, Princess Elena. Between me and her, though, I would ask your discretion. Don't tell anybody I said just that, please. Winks.
Fine.
It would be of considerable rudeness for someone of my standing to address her so casually.
Okay.
Well, the Brave, on account of the many adventures she had. And then I just get really quiet. Heir to the throne of Icon, Icon being the seat of the throne for the royal family of Kith.
Got it.
And Stewardess of Unbid Mercy, it's a very... That one's kind of a long story, and, well, it's a pretty late night, but...
All right, like...
Sometimes when you are of...
Paragraph it for me.
Sometimes when you are of royal standing and have to make certain sacrifices for the sake of your people, make those sacrifices. Beyond that, I am not permitted to speak on the events of that night.
Fair enough.
My apologies.
No, you're good. Everyone's got their own things to keep, yeah?
Yes,
Yeah.
I am here on her behalf.
Right, to do what exactly?
Oh, record, mostly, and my ears do, like, a little, like, they wiggle independent of each other. Like,
Good.
they make an audible, like, noise that you've never heard them make before.
Good.
To record, mostly, to experience, and to bring her back stories. Whatever stories I can find. Yours, for example. Hence, in no small part, I admit my curiosity. Though I am interested in you as a person. I do value our friendship. I hope I haven't presumed too much there. My apologies.
You're good. As long as the stuff I told you doesn't make it into the story that you tell her without me telling you that's okay, right? Yep.
Absolutely the very bastion of discretion.
Okay. Right. So yeah. So you're recording just story? Like you just recording
All of this
life
right now, in
here?
fact.
Oh, great. Okay. Huh. Were you recording during the fight in Merktown?
Of course. On several frequencies and scanner systems.
Great. I actually do you have a little bit? I have a phone call I need to make, and I think you're gonna be useful there.
She gets this very quizzical look on her face. Happy to help in any way I can.
Fantastic.
Cut to.
All right, cut to Mutt.
Yeah.
Mutt,
Woof.
you're going around with your coffee, or you drop off the coffee, and then a old Jessica Fletcher looking woman with kind of a hawkish nose goes, "Oh, you're adorable. Look at you." Holds her hand down, kind of like in front of you, palm down. Goes,
Oh,
"May
I
pet
totally
you?"
like
Oh.
jam my head. Just jam my head into the head. Yeah.
This woman is very kind and gentle. You get just like the sweetest aura from her.
My tail is wagging so
yeah,
hard. My
she
butt
goes,
is going with the tail at this point.
"Oh, look at you. You're so cute."
Yeah. I want to look into her eyes and try to determine if she's just having is she having a good day? Is she on her does she seem like
give me
she's
a
on her
notice.
way somewhere or
This is a notice. You're reading
Yeah.
people's intentions is also part of notice in this system. There's
Yeah.
no insight. Notice covers all that.
Oops.
That's a 4. You got a 4. So she was on her way back from something that seemed a little stressful. And saw an adorable dog and decided to pet it to kind of like cool down a little. And she goes around and is like, "Oh, are you hungry at all? Do you want me to get you a bowl of something?"
And I just
Okay.
kind of go around and just like a trained dog, kind of go around her and then in heel position, just kind of yeah. Let's go. Where are we going? Let's go.
She takes you
Let's go
over towards the mess
Yeah.
where it's pretty late, so there's only like a just a couple of dwarves on staff in the late night shift. And she keeps talking to you the way people talk to, people talk to dogs. And as you're going, she's like, well, it was a rough day and we don't always see eye to eye, but in the end, I'm going to have to go again.
I just kind of look up at her with my little head tilt and little ear goes down.
Oh, but you don't have to worry about that. I'll come back and I'll pet you next time I'm back.
I put my head on their lap. Just
they get a bowl of kibble for you, or actually, it would be dog safe non-MDC meat substitute.
Upgrade.
Basically a can of wet food.
I wait to eat until she starts to eat. She
also just kind of sits with you, and you can see she's like thinking about a lot of things.
I definitely like push my nose into like her knee and then eat a little bit and then look up.
You can tell being here is relaxing, and for her, thinking is relaxing.
Okay.
And she just starts talking to you about one of the more recent places she's been, which is a world that was just a entire world was a trash heap. It may have been a whole dimension. And there were recycler bots, and there was all kinds of things there. None of the sentience probably started there. She starts like kind of like talking out loud in a little bit of a monologue to herself. And she talks about how she went through a rift with a ley line walker and went to a couple of different dimensions, including one a planet of crystals, a planet with amoeboid beings, and how 90% of the surface of that planet was covered with land, but things only lived in the water. And about a planet where she met a singing lion.
I wonder if he was romantic. Could he feel the love tonight? Anyway, sorry. I broke the wall.
All right, and that's a season wrap on Savage Rifts.
My goal is
no. The lion then banished Susan for wearing lipstick.
Okay.
I'm kidding.
Bow. I make sure that every time whenever they seem to like trail off a little bit or like get too much in their head, I do the little like little sneezy thing and just kind of like keep them present and like in the moment and make sure that they don't get too far into their own head. That's like a destructive thought pattern thing.
You spend some time with this woman. She tells you a couple of different stories about adventures, running from great beasts, standing up for there was a anti-technology tribe in one place that was fighting off a technologically advanced like interplanetary raiders, but the people had started to adapt to it, and how some of them became able to use the technology, but in ways it was never meant to be used, but in ways they believe it should be used.
Gotcha.
As if it being technology in their own faith was what was actually powering it.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. It's a pleasant night, and she goes at some point, well,
I make sure she gets back to her house.
Yeah, she goes, well, I've got to get back to my place, so Thorpe will be worried if I'm off comms too long.
And I totally walk back with them to their house to make sure that they make it there safe.
Gives you scritches.
That's scritches.
Yeah.
That's scritches.
And
yeah.
Yeah.
And then I will I think unless I run into any of my compatriots on my way back, I will probably make my way. I'm assuming just because this is a refuge area, that there is a place that's kind of like an orphanage or whatnot where refugee children go, and I would like to spend the night there.
They tend not to keep people there for long, but there's always at least some refugees there. They tend to move them away because this is a place that could potentially be a military target. So they don't want to put them in there. But they will keep them until they're sure everyone's like physically safe and well.
And
so there is
to go in and
it's pretty late at night, so most people are asleep at that point. But you know, there's a couple of caretakers around who will spend time with you there and are happy to see.
Yeah, and I make sure that I use my abilities to make sleep easier, and
like a kid is having a nightmare and you move over and put the child to ease.
I warm their toes.
All right. Who does Nick call?
I don't know who Nick is going to call specifically. But Fury like when Nick goes inside of their little like shack and kind of digs through a pot, like goes to the back, opens a cupboard, pulls out an old like canvas rucksack, digs through. It's dusty, like clearly hasn't been opened in years. Digs through it and kind of shakes out some stuff onto like the sort of threadbare couch in the middle of the room. And one of the things that kind of rolls out is a small personal communicator that has it's sort of a flat matte black with a clenched cybernetic fist on the back. On which someone, probably Nick, has drawn a very crude middle finger in like silver Sharpie. And Nick is calling their old mercenary company, the one they used to run with before they came to Castle Refuge. So they're giving it's a communicator from Larson's brigade.
You call a phone rings in an office somewhere outside of Merktown. Not far outside, but not in Merktown itself. And someone picks up and goes, "Hello, Larson's brigade, military services, and contractors. How may I direct your call?"
Do I know who this person is? And have they started talking slower since I've seen them?
This is Mari.
Yep. Okay.
Mari is just the oldest woman you think you've ever met.
Good.
And that's when you first met her.
Yep.
She's still there and alive, one assumes.
Amazing. I think Nick just like yep, and then when they finally finish their sentence, goes, "Mari, you've gotten even slower since I last talked to you, and it's been a while."
What was that, dear?
I'm gonna throw this
Who
chair.
are you looking for today?
I'm looking for archives and old records, please.
All right, I'll put you through.
Thank you.
You hear a kind of chipper voice go, Samuel Robinson, Archives.
Hi, gosh, what I've called this. Okay.
Zephyri's just floating nearby, very confused and concerned, by the way, during this whole exchange, but says nothing.
Do you have... I would like to pull archives around Surnabi and their operations, as well as anybody they may have trained.
Okay, I will need your authorization code.
Yeah, you can pull it from the communicator.
Oh, that's an old one.
Yep. Thanks for rubbing it in.
Huh. So this is where normally it would be a judgment call, but as it's almost 1 a.m, I'm going to need a minute.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right, but you related to the Sir Navi?
Yeah, I've run into some friends think an old apprentice of his, and I'd like to know what happened to them after they left, after Navi's death, because they're not the same as I remember.
Okay, are you in need of someone to help perform an identity verification or an exorcism?
Actually, I don't think we need an exorcism. Identity verification would be good. Probably upscaled about. Damn, when was Drix last there? I want to say 15 years.
Oh, that's gonna be All right. And is there any more information you can give me, Tala?
Yeah. I actually have someone who's recorded a sort of video screen of the conversation we had. I can give a physical description along with sort of descriptions of their abilities, and I think that might get us a pretty good start.
Okay, send over the file.
Cool. And then Nick holds up the communicator and makes a plug yourself in somehow motion.
I just blink twice, then make a very like offended kind of, and then shrug. And her hand disappears into the bulky, again, very small yet somehow oversized bomber jacket as she disappears back in there, and she unlatches something, and out comes a data port she has found useful for most electronics on Rift's Earth.
USB-C. Why not?
Well, yeah, the USB-C
It doesn't.
port.
There's
she
no
has in her
wrong
back.
way.
And there's just like there's a little like zzz as she brings it around, like it's coming off of a spindle somewhere somehow.
USB MDC, great.
Yeah. Oh God, that's good. Anyway, oh God, USB MDC, quality stuff. All right. So, you sent the file, but
Yeah,
here's the thing:
plug
there's
myself in.
something notably missing from your file.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Um.
Yeah, the person themselves is missing. I'm aware they were trained by a cyber knight.
Oh, well, that would explain that. Yes, when they're focused, they can
So what I'd like you to
delete themselves
do,
from digital imagery.
I'd like you to ID the other people with them, so I know what outfit they're with now.
Okay. This looks to be part of the Desperate Measures Company.
Yep. Who runs it nowadays?
The founder on their website, which I just pulled up, is Atherton.
Huh.
Just goes by the mononym now. Apparently, in our files, we have a first name for him, but it's been scrubbed for some reason.
Great. Good to know. He was a flyer, right?
Oh, Ethan Atherton. I found a place they forgot to get it. Yeah, he was a power armor user.
Yeah.
An ace, a power armor ace.
Great.
It doesn't show the two of you on any missions together, but you do have contacts in common.
Doesn't show the two of us on missions together, huh?
It does not show you, but it does show Nicanor.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay. Good. Yeah. Okay. I assume whatever happened with them afterwards. Yeah, I don't think I was assigned with him. And given what Drix has told me, I know why now.
Yeah, they've got a black mark in our records. They are unpredictable and dangerous. We tend to avoid them, and they seem to have a special hatred for coalition missions.
Yeah, that wouldn't really work with us, huh?
We're more independent than we used to be.
Yeah. All right.
I'm only saying this to you because you've got the blue authorization, which I have literally never seen but only heard about.
I presume since I'm plugged into the communication device, however, I'm hearing all of this.
Yes, but you are also feeling the firewall. It's not attacking you, but it is letting you know it is there.
Hey.
In fact, at one point, you see someone walk onto a little screen, and they're like a 16-bit figure, and they just go, "You're not trying to hack us, hi."
I was trying to hack you. You would never know.
It is a woman with a short purple mohawk and a leather jacket in like a 16-bit like form. She goes, "My mind is watching out for you, so be safe out there." only Zephyrdry sees this.
Good.
Some kind of psionic technologist has inserted themselves in this data stream.
Aha. I'd send him back an equally 16-bit little emoji of me that's just like, salute, wink, salute, wink. I'm a
give each
very
other,
good hacker. We don't want to have this fight, person on the other side of the line.
They don't want to either. Yeah. They ask what your tag is.
Zephyrdry? Question mark?
Yeah. Hey, it works for them. He's like, man, that's a lot of typing. I just use Bravo.
Oh, well, several people call me Z, as well as Zeffy, or, you know.
Hey, so someone's trying to access a file they shouldn't, so I gotta go.
Goodbye.
Gives you a little, like, wink, and then she fizzles out, leaving behind a thing, a bouquet of hand grenades that then explode into confetti.
Right? The weirdest shit gets imposed onto my fucking vision, man. Burn mud. Goddamn.
Yeah, so the
Yep.
And Sam responds, is there anything else we can help you with today? Specialist Tala.
Yeah, how far does blue get me when I'm looking into classified deaths?
You're kind of at the edges of it.
Okay. There was a coalition mission about 20 years back, give or take, looking for a coalition retrieval for a coalition defector. Nicanor and I believe Atherton were on that mission. Any details about that I can access?
Most of this is marked as a mission failure. As all involved were lost except for Atherton. Going through the metadata, I can see geotags for Lovelady, Texas, but that's about it.
Lovelady, Texas. Good to know. All right. I will absolutely keep that in mind. Thank you.
Yeah.
I think that's all I need for now. Yeah, good to know. Good to know this still works. And Nick just hangs up without preamble.
Gotcha. So, is there? Yeah. So that conversation happens. Anything else before you move on to the next day, or?
There's nothing that needs to be resolved now, but Nick is, as people can tell, bad with Google. And so would have asked Zephyrdry to sort of look up events from Lovelady, Texas around 20 years ago, and see if there's anything that they can find there, because they'll probably find it better than they will.
Give me a research roll. I believe that's a skill you have.
I absolutely have research.
Being at Castle Refuge gives you a +2.
Hey.
Oh, good. Because I have a +2 to research, so I'm just gonna nudge that up 2 more.
+4, that's pretty good.
Yeah, that means I can't fail the roll as long as the TN's just the usual 4. How? Well, I guess that's not strictly true. I could crit fail out, but...
Double 9's nice.
So you get double 9s, which is a hit with a raise. So you find information related to Lovelady, Texas as being a small trade community just north of the Pecos Empire. In the Texas Freelands is the area. It's south of the Kingdom of Worth, which is a magic kingdom roughly set next to the haunted ruins of Dallas. Just letting all that sit for a second.
No, I've been to Dallas several times. Dallas is the haunted ruins of Dallas.
Yeah, right now it's haunted ruins, but after the apocalypse, oh boy.
Doubly haunted, double haunted.
The coalition technically claims to own all of Texas, and no one thinks it does. But it is a bit north of the Pecos and the Pecos Empire, which is kind of like a bandit raider. Just a series of bandits and raiders who are constantly kind of low-level warring with each other. There's a lot of native tribes in the area. There's a couple DBs in the area as well. The information for Lovelady, Texas comes back as a town that isn't very large, but is kind of a waypoint. It's an easy rest point for people coming from the Kingdom of Worth, headed towards anywhere farther east or north to Memphis.
Which is relayed all to you. Question: how am I accessing this information? Is there some kind of Wi-Fi? Like, is there a?
Yeah, I'm giving Castle Refuge a secure Wi-Fi that you've been given permission to access many things on, including open records.
And I'd get in there anyway.
There is one report that stands out since you got a hit with a raise.
Oh.
Of a store that has been spotted there 3 times at the crossroads at the intersection of town.
Sorry, did you say store as in like HEB? You wouldn't know what HEB is. Sorry,
I know what an HEB
Target.
is. It's like it is a store called Argan Armaments.
Notes.
There's a whole bunch of shit I could look up, but see if I just had this one easily accessed. I do not, so I'm not gonna look it up. Anyway, it's a store that has only occasionally showed up there at weird times. People have only seen it at night. There's been like 3 reports of it, which is the only anomalous thing, but it is for all intensive purposes really there. They sold weapons and armor that were unlike others, people say, but no, there's no descriptions of things. A psychic in the area claimed just quote unquote real bad vibes, bro.
Which I think that's because where we come back to the scene, quote unquote real bad vibes, bro. This whole time it was just like her eyes were doing like a cycling rainbow, like almost a buffering kind of thing, but it was a cavalcade of color rolling in a circle around her pupil as her ears kind of tuned into the local network. And she laid out all that like very, not flatly, but very matter-of-factly, and then went, huh, and then relayed all of the Argan Armaments things, basically exactly as Kevin did.
Okay. Alright, that's something weird to look into. Alright, good to know.
Unpleasant.
Yeah, it does, but probably also unpleasant usually means answers, unfortunately. That'll be something to look into later. I'm not going to derail the whole thing to do it.
Well, it's, according to my internal chronometer, extremely late for humanoids, so, I should let you rest. Been nice getting to know you, Ranger Nick.
Yeah. I don't know if you sleep, Z, but if you do...
I do not.
Okay. Well, have a good, productive night, I guess.
I shall. Thank you.
All right.
Like, disappears off into the sky.
Nick opens a window, I think.
Okay, you go to open a window, and I can use a door.
Yeah, but the window's closer, and you fit through it, so...
Except the screen has to come up, and that's always a pain in the ass.
Even if it's an open window, it's just... You know,
Went out a window.
you may recall my earlier conversation about how some of the people on this planet seem to treat synthetic life forms, and I assure you, I am fully full of emotions, and they can be very hurt. I go to the door, like, jerk the doorknob, pull the door open, and out the door. And then come back a second later, shut the door behind me, and then take off again.
Nick just, like, I think, looks at the open window, shrugs, lets the breeze in, and then just, again, couch, blanket, pull over.
Your boots come off first.
Yeah.
So, the next day or two, not much happens. There's normal stuff happening around, always people needing help with stuff, always people that could use some comfort or some training or some, tending to. Actually, I'm going to give it a full week before anything weird happens. You all do your normal things. If anyone has a topic they want to research, you could mention it, but
I just check every day to make sure that Cassidy picked up her coffee. I check every day.
Oh no.
it's still there.
Oh no. Poor Mutt.
Every day.
This is now part of Mutt's morning route.
Yeah. Just morning, like in the morning I do that, and then before I go to bed I do that, and then I just wander off. Just check. And I always check the hospital. Like I have a route like that I go.
When you're
every
around,
day. Yeah.
you hit those people and they're always
Kevin,
pleasant to see. Yes.
this is a tremendously selfish question, but I have to know if Mutt's stopping by the trailer from time to time. Red's not there, is she?
No, Red is with Red,
Presumably
the
with Cassidy.
sentient truck
Yes.
is off with Cassidy.
Her familiar, the sentient pickup truck. Okay, cool. Just making sure.
Anyway,
Just
the if you look, were you going to look up anything, Fox? Was there anything you wanted to research real quick?
Honestly, I think there might be. There's two things that come immediately to my mind. One would be, and I doubt I would find anything else on it, but like just kind of poking around on the network to be like, anything else about this Argon armaments? Anybody talking about that?
And what was the other subject you wanted?
Yeah, how do I cut through the interference caused by a cyber knight, which I'm also not expecting to find an answer to?
You get nothing about that.
Yeah.
Nothing. Your research into how to defeat cyber knights is never going to go anywhere here.
welcome, Raiders.
Give me one more
Hey.
research roll. Another thrilling research roll for our new raiders. Hello, everybody.
Hi, Dara.
Hi,
Hi,
pals.
Dara.
Source
Let's
books.
gimmick infringement. We'll sue. Research roll.
Oh wow, rude.
Sure. Kapow.
All right, what'd you get? Because I'm not looking at that right now. Look at something
Yeah,
else.
sorry. I'm on the wrong tab. That's why.
all good.
I got a 5 and a 5.
Nice.
It's actually Angrar Robotics.
Ingrar. Ingrar Robotics, not Argan.
Angrar Robotics.
Robotics. Okay.
And there's a couple of reports from wildly different areas of seeing a weapons seller that is there one day and gone the next. Generally opens at night and gone the next day. Very little signage. You do put together it is always at a crossroads.
And there's my character put this together. Because Fox's brain is immediately going to like, that sounds like some needful thing shit. Like, what happens to the people that get weapons there? But
Speaking
I
of
don't know if
casual
that's-
demon shit, like
right, like, but I don't know that that's necessarily an appropriate line of inquiry for the alien robot who's a little new in town, but not super new in town.
Roll a
Occult?
not arcane or occult. That's it. I was gonna say
I guess that's-
Arcana.
You know, true. To be fair, I do have the Monster Slayer edge.
Yes,
So
give me occult. And you are good at this kind of stuff. You
Oh,
did not do
blah.
well. Would you like to spend a benny?
I am spending a Benny. I'm spending one of my 3 bennies. I'm now at 2 to
Alright.
re-roll that
Delete.
nonsense.
You got a 3 and a 5.
That's a 5. There we go.
All right. So the crossroads thing has been noted as potentially like crossroads are where things sometimes appear anyway. A lot of stories about meeting people at crossroads and making deals with the devil, etc. Intersections being the focal of nexus points.
It's just a moment of, what's the devil? Goes on tangent.
Devils, actually, no, there's a whole other occult role that doesn't need to be made. It's devils, and there's 2 warring factions. Anyway, there's...
I will throw that chair again.
It has 2 E's. Anyway, the people who have spotted haven't gone in, but they have seen people coming out. So it doesn't seem to be some kind of trap. Like
Okay.
it's not a like mouse trap kind of thing, but there is a couple of pictures
Oh.
of what was for sale, and they're kind of blurry, but one of them is it looks like there's a 30-foot tall robot Maybe it's not 30 feet tall. Maybe it's a little shorter than 30. And there is also a suit of black spiky power armor with a demon mask face.
After my research, I would absolutely share this with the group.
Can we recognize those demon masks face from our first adventures? Damn, I felt so smart for a second. Damn.
You haven't seen it.
Mhm.
Because the
You
demon
saw it.
mask brought down the coalition thing.
Oh, I thought that was in the wreckage.
No, that guy was
Oh.
long gone by then.
Gotcha.
That demon face was in fact
From season 1.
from things that you haven't seen, sadly.
Except
There
the
is
one, and
one
then
person
the
who
end
might
of,
have seen
last
something,
time.
but it is only one NPC that you know of might know to make the connection.
Would I and or Fox know from season 1?
No.
Dang it.
This is not someone that appeared in season 1.
Okay.
Or
I
2.
want my demon face buddy.
They were in,
You
I
did know a
believe.
guy with a demon face.
You
that's true.
did with a demon mask. We knew a demon mask guy.
Yes.
There's a lot. But the demon mask guys running around.
Different demon mask guy got his mask.
But if you send this around,
Lousy with
and
side slingers, this place.
you show it to Hendrix,
Yeah.
Sure, yeah. Like, I mean, it certainly, like, if that
Yeah.
occurs to anyone, like, we've got a week's worth of time.
yeah. So
Yeah.
eventually, Nick's talking about it with Hendrix, and the picture gets delivered and goes, that's what his armor looks like now.
Ooh.
Oof.
Atherton.
Oof. Oof.
Cool. Cool.
It doesn't look, the armor doesn't look, the armor looks like armored plates that were perfectly manufactured to fit together seamlessly without, it doesn't look mechanically made. It's just something about
There's
his
like-
armor I don't like.
There's no rivets or like points of connection. It's just there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's some good shit. Okay. So he was wearing that.
When I saw him last, it was a couple of years ago.
Okay. Was he wearing it when he came back from?
Well, that's when I last saw him, was after I
Yeah.
demanded to know more about Nick. And
Gotcha. So but he wasn't wearing it before.
he was wearing it before. I don't know. I hadn't seen him in years. He didn't have it back when I knew him personally.
Fuck, do I gotta fucking call Larson's Brigade again? God damn. All right, fine.
What do you want to know from Larson's Brigade? When he picked up his
Basically,
armor?
Yeah, basically when, like, if there's pictures of him before the Lovelady mission and after.
All right, you eventually will get that. There are pictures of him before the Lovelady mission with that armor, but it's not long. But it is certainly after the death of Sir Navi.
Okay.
And actually a couple other deaths, including that of a red-headed child, or a red child with tiny horns, and a woman that we may have seen in a flashback with Mutt.
Okay. Cool.
Perhaps a Denor? I took notes.
Yes, one of the
No.
people.
Perhaps a donut.
Hey!
Interesting.
And at
Okay.
some point,
Snap.
at some point, a note got tagged onto Atherton's file called, they called him Unlucky Atherton. And how just all of his missions, most of the time they succeeded in the end,
Wait.
but they always lost people on a mission with him. Every mission with him on it, something bad went down.
Wait, what did you say happened to the
The child you protected was a different child. But
okay. I was like, wait, I was there.
yeah,
I was there.
you were there for that.
I took that railgun.
No one
Hold
dies
up.
on my watch.
But it was found later he was with that same woman at a different place in another coalition battle, and they died. And
Shame.
you know, it seems like, just reading the files,
There.
it seems like 20 years of just living through bad shit. Though eventually you see them get this, at one point the picture updates with the new armor, and their missions start going well up until they start getting redacted. And then eventually it is dismissed without regret, is the final note on Atherton's file, before founded Desperate Measures Company.
Ouch.
All right. Cool. You're 8.
And as you're putting all this together, a mission comes through of specific interest to Vavasor for all of you to show.
They show all their friends.
Yeah. It says, important mission. I'll help you leave as soon as possible.
Okay.
Assemble immediately. So you all assemble.
Yeah.
And
I have like dirt all over my muzzle and stuff. I was totally not digging at all. It's fine.
there's just a
Pick up my
giant tree
trailer.
that's now on its side.
Yeah.
There's
Good.
You don't know where. You
Leave my trailer
can't tell
alone.
me what to do.
Leave it alone.
that's not near the trailer. Anyway, the
Hey, there are
You
weird
all-
smells over there, okay?
there is no
You're a
weird
weird
coffee
smell.
thing in this room. There's no coffee
Oh.
thing whatsoever in this room this time.
Huh.
Cassidy's been away. And this is one of the few times Tannhauser is already there.
Oh, so it's bad. Okay.
Yeah.
Hello.
Tannhauser's Vavasor. We got a report that we're not sure if Baron's still alive.
You know
But the
where he
report
is?
says they needed help. It's going to be a little more travel than I would like for you, but I can't teleport. But a report just came in, an urgent request from Baron for help. Are you ready to leave?
Yes.
Woof.
All right.
I make
All right.
my way, so I'm sitting right next to Vavasor.
Yeah, they're all just taut muscle, just
Yeah.
ready to
I
go.
100% pick up on that, and I just sit whoop. You just see whoop, dirty face and everything. Just
I'll try to catch up with you, but I think you should travel faster than I got some things I need to take care of.
Mhm.
Here's the mission dossier.
What's
And-
the destination?
The destination is Lovelady, Texas,
Ah,
which is where we're going to take our break.
dun. Bringing it
Oh,
around
no.
town.
Hey, I know that place from the earlier times.
Oh, I've heard about this. Oh no.
Oh, I've heard about it.
Anyway, so I just want to
Oh,
give
no.
a quick thank you for everybody. We're going to take 5-ish minutes. Get yourself some water. Remember to be human.
Mhm.
And we hope to see you soon.
All right.
Ooh, man.
Back in 5 minutes, folks.
Welcome back, everybody. Hello, and thank you for continuing to stick with us. My name is Kevin, and this is Riff's Gunmetal Blues, Episode 5, Lovelady Blues. Now, when we left off, our group had just gotten an urgent message sending them to Lovelady, Texas, where they had recently found out of an incident regarding Nicanor's past and other mysterious shit. Anyway, thank you. I just real quick want to say thank you to our sponsor, Grinding Coffee Company, which does amazing stuff. You can get there's a 10% discount code with the code Gunmetal Blues.
Yeah, this way.
I also wanted to mention our merch real quick. The adorable shirt and the Teach Kids Poker shirt.
Yeah. Teach Kids Poker shirt. Brought to you by Nicanor.
Oops.
Anyway.
Grandpa's.
So, Sir Tannhauser gets you a faster vehicle than the one you had before. This one hovers. It will move faster than you could personally fly, which is pretty fast.
I was about to say that's fast as hell.
I was gonna say, I'm curious. Is it possible for Vavasor to say, I don't know, hold a dog in their paws while flying? Like, is this a possible thing?
Absolutely.
The image is in my head, and I want it to be like, just hold this.
It's just it's that dog with the head out the window, like wind look.
Yeah,
but then you pull the camera back, and it's a dragon.
Yeah. Just be like sniffing the edge.
There is also a hovercraft with Zephyrdry and Nicanor.
Yeah, but full body window.
If you drop them on somebody, it's the hammer of dog.
Boo! Fuck you! Hang on. How do
you delete people from this chat?
There we go. Solve that little problem.
Thank you.
Anyway.
Thanks. Perfect. Awesome. Beautiful. I can keep eating in peace now. This is great.
Poppy out of here. So you make your way, I'm assuming with no stops. Is there any conversation attempted?
If it's super, super long, I'll take a pit stop, but probably
it is over an hour of travel.
Oh,
it's about 400 miles away.
I'm good. I'm good.
Vavasor
takes several hours to get there.
Vavasor updates them all about Baron during the travel itself, letting everyone know that Baron is different than most people, that his brain operates differently, that he is more akin to Butch, their last encounter altogether, in terms of skill set and lethality. They let everyone know that Baron taught them everything they knew from the time that they were first hatched, and you all, without rolling any dice whatsoever, I'm just going to say this, you all get a deep sense of devotion and dedication and admiration from Vav to Baron. Like they speak about him as if he put the stars in the sky.
Quick question for Kevin before I direct a quick question at Vavasor. Am I driving this thing? Is this thing driving / piloting it, however that works?
Yeah, drive is the skill you'd use for all.
I am driving this thing.
You are with the dragon. You are either with the dragon or you're driving the thing. It's one or the other. You can't.
Oh, is this a thing? Is this a thing? Yeah, no, I'm totally with the dragon. I'm totally with the dragon. We're doing this. Me and Dragon Baby.
The hovercraft goes faster than the dragon, right?
Yeah, we're all.
It goes about the same.
Oh,
actually.
okay.
Oh, it's okay. It's about the same. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd like to think we're all in the same hovercraft.
Okay. It's probably not a good idea to be like, we have a dragon across the land.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Then in that case, I would like to amend it to something. Mutt is driving. Because Zephyrdry is sitting nearby.
Yeah.
Mutt was very emphatic, I imagine.
I always jump in the front seat.
Yeah, you just jump to the front seat, and Zephyrdry is just like, you know what? It like tosses you the keys. Goes all the way around to the other side, looks back at the other two, and just does like a little like a little covered like thumbs up.
I can't put the key in the ignition, but boy am I trying. I'm like,
I help
Trying
you
to
with
do
the
it with my
key.
teeth. Yes.
Turn
I put
the
my paws up
key,
over the steering
And
wheel.
then-
I'm just like,
surreptitiously plug into the control panel on the side.
Easy enough.
I'm driving, guys.
So we get that shot of like the hovercraft screeching along, and Mutt is there with paws.
My
on
head
the
is out the
control.
window, like. And I just let out the happiest howl you have ever heard from me in your life.
Who is driving the
Just
car?
out
Dog
the
is driving the
window.
car. How can this be?
How can this be?
I'm driving.
Yeah, you sure are,
Llama,
honey.
no!
Yeah, llama, no.
But as that's happening, I just sort of like turn my head halfway back. Valvasaur, not to sorry, Your Highness, not to be indelicate, but did you and Baron part on good terms?
Yes.
This in your own head, good terms.
Okay.
Or...
They volunteer no follow-up information unless asked. That's
would
where
they?
the entire conversation ends.
Fucking-
Unless
of course.
Yeah.
Why would
I would ask, but I'm very distracted at this point.
As I go, if it would not be too indelicate to further ask, Your Highness, why did Baron leave?
he said he already had his land to rule and that I had to find my own. He, as I said, is... Oh, what did you say?
I hope that was a metaphor. Sorry, please continue.
Metaphor. They
Yes.
they stop, everything's completely blank, and they go, yes, a metaphor.
So no.
Refresh my memory, because my character would remember, but my brain. Baron was or is arguably a Kevin, what are we calling people with mom implants now?
A cynetic.
Cynetic,
a
not another
cynetic.
dragon.
Nope.
Cynetic, okay.
No, he is or was a mortal man. Cynetic.
Sure. I don't suppose. Again, I mean nothing untoward about your good friend, but I don't suppose they were prone to flights of fancy? Mania, perhaps? Going off on wild goose chases?
Woof.
The gears start spinning in their head, and they start to try to wordsmith something, and they come up, the best they come up with was, or is, sometimes he was lucid.
I think from the back where Nick is like eating from an MRE like tin, you just hear the spoon clank into the tin a little too hard.
Chad is dying right now.
My eyes like shift like yellow, then blue, then back to yellow. I see. Okay. Should we be worried, Rhinus?
About everyone else around Baron, yes.
Including ourselves.
Including ourselves and also Baron.
I'm looking back right now, like I'm not. My hands are. Because everybody else's emotions just went woof. So I'm just sitting on the front like
I put one hand on your snoot, like eyes forward while you're driving, Mistress Mutt.
I put my hand up. You guys okay?
Yes, Baron taught me
Sorry.
to be tough, and I will continue to be tough.
Oh, not okay. And I jump down off of it and I go sit on your lap. Like full on dog
The
lap.
full image of Mutt just like having taken their paws off the thing, look back and be like, is everyone okay?
Yeah.
And not having realized they were still not driving the car at this point. Beautiful. Continue. Amazing.
The moment you hop off of the controls, I reflexively reach over and grab them.
The steering wheel. You're
Stop
driving
and go.
without-
What am I,
Yeah,
what am I doing?
I'm full on oversized lap dogging right now. Full on oversized lap dogging. Just full. Yeah.
I am concerned for his health and his safety, but he is a capable man. He is an older man. He can take care of himself, and he is mortal. One day his life will end.
That's a fairly healthy attitude for it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes, burden of immortality sure is a thing. I suppose I'm just less concerned about his safety and... Oh, go ahead.
No, I said I agree.
It's got a little heavy, actually. How about some music? On some light music.
My tail just starts pounding on the little bags, tom, 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 tom.
Okay, but this is important. What music is in this hovercraft? Because I need to know.
Game boss, I defer to you.
Everything is awesome.
There is
No.
It's cool.
No,
is, for
we
some
did that
reason,
bit, and no.
a tape deck,
Comes around town.
and jammed in that tape deck, unable to leave it,
Please God, no.
is Queen's Greatest Hits.
Oh!
Yeah. Oh, I can handle this.
Outstanding. Oh my god, we play them all without any copyright violation. Yes, love this. Love it.
Yes, queen.
Though then there are several songs that we have legal access to, like the ones I put in the opening.
Oh.
Fair.
But Queen's Greatest Hits is stuck in every tape player ever. It's from Good Omens. And there's
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
there is a connector to MP3s that the Zephyr Dream may have accumulated some in her memory banks. No, in her memory banks.
I mean, well, so she's a thought occurs to me. She's actually a musician. She can sing. She can just perform.
Oh.
So she knows a number of songs.
Does she sing along to Queen's Greatest Hits?
Oh, dude,
Yeah,
you do the
actually, without even
harmonies,
really
just
thinking. So that's the weird thing, right?
harmonies.
It's hitting her over the data feed before it kicks out to the speakers. So yeah, she actually harmonizes with Freddie Mercury.
Ah, that's so cool.
That's dope. Love that.
Yes.
All right.
Queens. Multiple.
So it's a long, tense car ride, even with some singing happening. It's 3 hours.
My tail is thumping to the beat of the music.
Do you just fly directly into town? Or are you gonna land outside of town and do a sensor sweep? Are you?
I mean, same as before. Once we start getting like, hey, we're about 10 minutes out of town. What's the call here?
I
Woof.
have to let you know that we
Thank
must
you.
go in with I pet met immediately. I have to let you know that unless we go in with a plan of action, I will find Baron and do nothing else.
That's a great plan.
That's fair.
All right, go into town, find Baron is the plan.
No, sorry. To be clear, Nick's plan was let Vavasaur go into town, find Baron, find a high point, follow Vavasaur with scope.
Man, I fucking love the brass knuckles. My team's so fucking good. Damn, shit. Hell yes.
Nick was like, "Wow, if there's a loud and busy distraction over there, no one will be looking for me. Great, beautiful."
If there is a big ass dragon fighting something, yeah, people are gonna look. Oh god, I like it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I love this plan, and I'm excited to be a part of it.
Okay,
I'm just here for the pets.
Vavasaur, you take off ahead of the rest of them to get into town. And it seems like there's like no one really on the street, which according to files is a little abnormal. You do see some recent craters that look about a couple hours old. And you land clearly in the middle of town. Now, Nick, you said you were going to find a good post to do Overwatch from?
Nick is gonna find the second best post.
All right, give me a battle roll.
Cool. Let's see how
This is a thing you have.
See if I do this one good. I do not do
It's
that.
a 3 to 2.
Let's roll a fucking Benny because
Yeah, use it.
better.
Oh, thank you. Goodbye. Let's try it again. Hey, it's 2 4s.
You got a 4. You find the second best post. The thing is, the reason it's the second best is there's a lot of sight lines that can see into it.
Okay.
It is the town is near a tectonic shift. So the town kind of like there's a 20-foot rock wall on one side of town.
Gotcha.
And you can be up there with decent tree cover. There's a part which is like a big open space where it will be easy to look from. And then there is the ruins of an old like power tower. Like, you know, those things that look like giant people which have the power lines.
Yeah.
So I think they look like giant people. I can't be the only one.
Yeah, like the Meeple Towers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy
Oh,
shit,
yeah.
they do look like meeples.
It's evocative.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm
like,
storyteller.
Can't confirm. I've seen them in Texas. They look like big fucking meeples.
The big
Yeah.
meeples.
So the giant meeple
Fuck.
would be the best place to perch, but it is wide open. Or this you can get on top of this, but it is kind of open.
Nick is going to camp down on the ridge line where it is like kind of nearby, as that they can shift position if they need to. But the idea being is that if they need to shift, nobody would expect someone to climb up the Meeple Tower because you could get shot from anywhere up there.
Yeah.
A meeple tower.
All right. The other two come down separately in a car. There's a town speaker system that cracks online. It plays. Oh, what's a song people think is cool? Down with the Sickness.
Sorry.
Wow.
Completely
That was
involuntary.
really
I
good.
apologize.
That was really good. Don't you dare fucking apologize.
Good.
I'm impressed.
Get him.
Copy, paste a Benny onto Vavasaur. There we go.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Accurate.
Yes.
Correct.
Thank you.
Yes.
Correct.
Yes. Facts.
All right.
Hardcore facts. Necessary, Benny.
But it very quickly, it's very loud and a little disorienting, intentionally so. The signal's transmitting all through town. And you hear coming from it, I know you're here somewhere. Nick is dead. Because I'm killed him. And you are some kind of imposter. It just echoes through the town.
I kind of look over to Nick, and then I put my head back down. Wait, is Vavasaur? Did you leave, or are you still in the vehicle?
They left as soon as possible.
Yeah, they're already in like, the middle
They're
of town.
gone.
Yeah, they're
Oh,
gone.
okay.
Everyone roll a notice check.
Okay.
Thanks.
I would have hopped back
Sight,
into the front
sound.
seat as if I was still driving.
Sight or sound or
Okay, Zephyrdree's sensors pick up almost everything.
Everything, all the things.
is this what sense is this?
Notice. This will
Under
be a
skills.
combination.
Okay.
So you can feel free to
sight
add in.
factor in
I-
this one? Okay, cool.
Also
so it's
notice all the things.
I noticed one thing specifically.
And Vavasaur, did you give me a notice?
I got a 2. I noticed no things.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Okay, so we'll start with the lower ones. Nick, you know that this town has people around it. There are people here. One can now assume this is some kind of ambush.
That checks out.
Mutt,
I mean, I have sensors for this shit.
you can smell that this town is full of armed mercenaries. And the smell of people like running in fear, but not the smell of blood and death. You're not picking up the.
So it's like they're letting them go without.
Yes, there
Okay,
is no
letting-
like
okay.
they didn't murder the whole town.
So they're after us, not them. Basically,
Actually,
is
you
what
do
I'm-
smell at least. You do smell one body.
I mean, people fight back. That happens.
Yeah.
I'm I'm in the front seat, and I'm gonna say that, but I'll wait till you tell Zephyrdre what they hear.
Zephyrdre, Main Street is lined with mercs. There's about 6 different buildings with a merc in a window. There is one of those mercs seems to be kind of muttering to themselves very quickly about how this is just the greatest thing in life. How they will tell you where you can become so great. And there's one other building where you get absolutely no signal from.
Huh.
You pick up the fact you also happen to pick up that there are a couple radio transmitters around town. The kind used to trigger bombs. 3 of them are along the ridge line, and 1 of them is in the tower, or is in the power meeple. We'll draw initiative.
Cool.
Okay.
You just hear Mutt saying, "I have good news and bad news. What first?"
You can say things, yes.
Yeah.
Bad news first, always first.
Oh, they want to kill us.
Great.
Lots of kill us. Lots of boom smells. I smell boom smells. Lots and lots of boom smells. They just for us.
Okay.
Good news, just for us, not for people, just for us. Maybe one dead. Maybe I smell some iron. Maybe.
Those are starts
Probably.
getting real fidgety.
But yeah, they
Oh,
say it very matter of fact like that. Very much like, that's a possibility of people running.
all right, Nick, your first card was a 3, then it's a 5, then it's a 6 of hearts, or a 10 of spades.
I draw 3 cards. So
Okay, so a 6 of hearts, 10 of spades, or can't be a 4. You know, an 8 of spades.
it can't be a 4.
It can't be a 4 because remember you get rid of any number below 5
Yes.
or 5 or below.
Okay, yeah. So functionally, the way that flowchart works is I draw 3, and then I pick 1, and if it's lower than a 5, I redraw all 3. So if that's 5, 6, and then
No, you don't
5,
redraw
6,
all
and
3. I'm not gonna.
Okay.
That's no. You can't get rid of valid cards. You can get rid of the card
Okay.
that is below 6, but I'm not gonna let you get rid of other good cards.
Okay. In that case, I will take the 10.
Okay, take the 10.
Okay.
If I drag it to your token, does that do it?
Come on,
No.
roll 20, be cool.
There is a way to do it. I don't know how.
Yeah.
Buy card/suit.
Ooh, that's a Joker draw.
There is a red Joker drawn
Oh, crap.
Mhm.
by the enemy.
Yep.
Oof. Big oof.
That's a whole lot of no good.
Mm-hmm.
And
Zephyr Tree.
cursed.
The enemy holds Zephyr.
The enemy holds? Oh, no. I mean, they can. They can jump in literally at any point, including the middle of my turn, if I recall correctly.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, God. Okay. So, I need a little better of an understanding as to my current location. So,
Alright.
we pulled up near the town, hopped out of the hovercraft. Vavasaur went ahead, is my understanding,
Yes.
into the town itself proper.
Yeah.
And then Nick headed up towards the ridge line where the power
Mhm.
transformer is, essentially.
Yeah. The whole town is not more than a mile wide.
Okay.
So it's like less than a half mile to the center of town. I'll say it's even smaller than that. From where you
Gotcha.
were able to get to be where you are now. I'll say it's only a couple hundred feet.
Okay. So, well, so then is it that myself and Mutt are near the hovercraft, or have we moved away
You can be.
from that?
I didn't think you got out of the
Yes.
hovercraft yet.
I'm
Gotcha.
still at the steering wheel.
Understood. All right. The two of
Yeah.
us are still at the hovercraft.
I
then.
am driving this car, guys.
Okay.
Dedicated to this.
Then it's oh no. they're in danger. I like hand on Mutt. We have to go. And this time I fly up through the window.
All right.
So you just left the dog actually driving the car now?
Or did
Car
you grab?
stopped. Car stopped.
Okay.
Are you taking Mutt with you?
So because we're an initiative and it's all kind of happening simultaneously,
Yeah.
it's kind of a weird situation of like I'm going to be flying out and then I don't really have an action.
Well, did you grab Mutt and fly?
Oh, you mean
Like, did you grab Mutt and fly out the window?
Did you take me with you?
That's what I'm asking.
Oh God.
And the answer is apparently no. 'Cause you didn't think of it.
No, I think the answer might be yes.
I could be a Borgosaurus, and you just.
I was gonna say, Maxine, do you want me to fly you out into the town? I'm very small. It would be awkward.
See, this is technically it would look like you're riding your flying steed.
No, actually, I think the way physics work, you'd have to be underneath.
I would be riding. I don't know.
I've got it. All right.
Okay.
I know how I would do it.
Literally,
you consent.
I roll
you
with
consent
the
to be
flow.
Okay.
I roll with the flow. So. Yeah.
So there's a brief moment. I look over and it's just, Mutt, do you trust me?
Oof.
And then we cut to an exterior shot, and we see the window down. Mutt flies out of the driver's side window, and you know how normally when we see
I can jump out if you want to.
Oh no. Okay. Normally when we see me flying, I've got my little like energy flame hologram whatever the hell wings that work on alien technology. Normally they're just kind of floating about an inch or so from my back.
Yeah.
We see them instead floating a couple of inches away from your back, as just this like slumped over version of you just goes, and we see that I'm underneath you like this. My wings projected to the other side of you, flying the two of us out and towards where I know Vavasaur is. As this is happening, I'm my poor little antenna ears can't really point upwards, but they're kind of slid backwards as I'm like trying to radio very desperately to.
No, they do move. They just itch my tummy the whole time, and my little legs just go.
To try and tell to warn Vavasaur and Nicanor about it's like there's booby traps at these the locations basically that you listed off earlier. Like, don't go anywhere near that tower.
Steeple, there's.
Yeah, stay away from the church steeple and keep off that ridge line. Be very careful.
Oh, shit.
I'm gonna try to rendezvous with Vavasaur, and I'm just beelining towards Vavasaur, just as fast as my little.
Gotcha.
It's an ambush.
All right. Do you want to make any kind of test for anything? Do you want to say anything to inspire people or disarm or Do you want to fly at one of the windows with a merc in it?
Aim me at him. I like that guy.
Do you want to assist Mutt's action?
Yeah, I guess. Well, here, okay, let me take a look at the initiative order here. Officer goes next, then an enemy, then Mutt.
You can make it harder to hit Mutt.
Take evasive maneuvers as I'm coming in?
Sure. That would be a defend that both of you use.
Sure, how do you want me to handle that?
Woof.
Make an athletic, or do you have
Everybody gets athletics, yes.
Yes. Make an athletics roll.
Sure, make it an athletics roll.
Because this is maneuvering.
I rolled a 4.
Numbers are 4 and 4. Perfect. So you both get a +2 against opponents shooting at you or trying to use powers on you. I believe that's how a full defense thing works in this system.
Oh, right. That's a maneuver, isn't it? It's like full as. You're right. That's a thing.
Disarm evasion. No, that's a different thing. But
that's a different thing. But I will look it up.
Anyone trying to hit you with anything will take a -2. Anything at all. Anyway, cool.
That's my action. My action is to mount up Mutt and then take her wherever she wants to fucking go.
Yeah. I'm totally doing that thing dogs do for water.
Doggy paddling.
Doggy paddling over the air.
Big energy wings behind you, streaking through the night sky.
Vavasaur.
I'd like Vevasaur to acknowledge that they heard Zephyrdry, just like a grunt or something, because they are attempting to do something that takes up a lot of focus. So they acknowledge that, and you said I'm in the center of town?
Pretty much. Let's
Sick.
say there was a fountain, which now has been, it seems, hit by some kind of fireball, which smells faintly of magic.
And you said it's within the hour? It's important for spells. That's the only reason I'm asking.
Within
I'm
the
not
hour
trying to
of
trip
what?
you up. Within like the hour that we got here.
Oh yeah, you just got here.
Yeah, like their what's it called? Like newer debris and debris and things like that.
No, some of the debris is a couple hours old because they didn't know how
Okay.
fast you'd be.
Okay, cool. Perfect. I would like for them in the center of town to shift low, realize that they can't do this in a humanoid form, and start to just kind of like roll their muscles, take off their hood, and they just have like a 3B curl pattern of purple hair that everybody sees for the first time. Yeah, it's just it's very nice. It's in like a kind of a this kind of pattern, like a top fade, and the frills, golden frills, shoot out of their collarbone and just start moving as they cast detect Arcana. I'm going to try to find the mask that I described earlier.
Ooh.
Okay,
That is my attempt trying it.
make a roll. You get a 14.
Wow, all right.
You're trying to detect a very specific thing.
I am. I'm trying to find my mentor. I'm trying to find my mentor.
I didn't hear any of that. I have too much wind blowing in my ears.
I'm not in the same like 200 feet, so like you're good.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Carrying a dog.
your senses extend as your dragon frills emerge. Do you go full dragon form or just hood down?
I think it's just hood down right now.
Okay.
As they're getting ready to, because first they want to find him and then fly to where that is.
Do we see ears?
From the mask, I'm gonna say yeah. From the sides of the mask, you guys see deep purple flesh with white freckles and like a pink undertone, and they're pointed ears.
Cool.
That mask isn't here.
That mask isn't here. Oh, they start freaking out. Oh no.
Oh, good, a calm dragon.
A calm dragon. Yeah, a calm dragon. Immediately, an explosion of.
Oh no.
If-
Emotion.
There
Yeah,
are
I
no
was like-
shards of the mask. There are no pieces that were once the mask here.
Oh no!
Not in this town.
Not in this town. With your
You got
permission.
enough raises that I will tell you that mask hasn't been in this town that you're or anyone else is aware of.
Oh no!
Oh boy.
What was that? What was that line? Firefly trap.
Trap, tarp,
It's a
tarp.
trap. It's a trap.
trap. I knew it was a trap. That's why I came. No, with your
Just
permission,
Teen Titan right into it.
boom, right there. With your permission, then I would like to transform into a dragon because I'm furious.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
So angered.
You
Just-
got
This
they got the
angry
halfway form,
baby.
and then we get the full. As the color unfurls even larger, we get a kind of sparkle magic effect. You don't spin around, but it's not a magical girl transformation.
It's not.
If anyone asked me
Jason.
directly, I couldn't deny it in court. So there are scales and fangs as they explode into their dragon form, growling and eyes darting around for a target.
Now,
Oh,
here's the thing: you are
well,
still.
a magic girl. Gotcha.
Here's the question: are you still on the radio network?
When you're a dragon, oh
I
no!
don't. Have we done this before? I don't think we've done this before, where anyone has
No.
communicated with them in their dragon form. I don't think that that's one of the things that
All of your
moves.
equipment becomes subsumed in the magic.
That's what I mean. I was like, yeah, I think it just gets completely
Yeah.
absorbed when they turn into a
Okay.
dragon. Their clothes are them. So
Yeah.
In the rule book and everything.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Mutt
So-
is a psychic. I do want to put that out there.
Yeah,
Mutt's
I
got
can
a
under-
psychic range of about.
I
50
don't
feet.
notice any difference ever when people are talking. Like I just don't notice the difference.
I could shout hell of loud.
You can.
Yeah.
But I'm
Yep.
just as a note, it is
Noted.
hard to communicate while Vavasaur's in dragon form.
Absolutely.
Yeah, fair.
Unless you're me. Woof.
Yeah, I'm just banking on Mutt to translate
All right.
dragon speak.
Tell me about your
Works.
fear ability. Is that innate? Does it just occur?
I thought I could turn it on, but I'm checking it now
Or
because
yeah, just see if it just automatically happens or if you need to trigger it.
And
Whoops.
then a bunch of gunfire happens because everyone freaks the shit out when a dragon appears in the middle of the town. They were expecting an old geriatric
Just your
sniper to come
everyday,
in.
yeah, your everyday thing of dragon drops down in the middle. It's fine.
I mean it is there every day.
So
thing.
it is a free action, so I will let you. Do you want to unfurl your royal frilled frills?
My frills that are just sharp, scary things. My friends are not in the area right now, and I only know that there are enemies surrounding me. Fuck yeah. I'm trying to be as scary as possible because I can't
Okay.
find my dad mentor.
Let me roll a
Well,
bunch of
damn.
dice for these people who have
Any
to
of
get a
us-
6.
Can any of us see Vavasaur?
You can see Vavasaur.
Then we need to
Now.
make fear checks.
Actually, all 3 of you can see Vavasaur.
Yep.
They have seen me
Wait,
before. Is
I
that
was like,
anything?
yeah, we've seen you.
matter.
You've seen Vavasaur, but you haven't seen Vavasaur in
Angry
full
Vavasaur.
mode.
That's
So,
fair.
Never
Everybody
seen
make
angry.
a spirit test.
Cool.
Roll your spirit at a -2, unless you have something that ignores fear.
I
All right.
do.
Think I
don't
do.
think I
Fail,
do.
fail, fail.
but-
And
Wait,
by as I find the
spirit.
Stand by while I look.
Fail, 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 fail.
No, stop it. There.
All the extras have failed.
There we go. I got a +2.
Can
to
I
fear
roll
checks,
a
in fact.
Benny to not fail this? Because
Yes, absolutely.
because in Mutt's, because the way I picture Mutt understanding this is, I mean, she's seen so many different races and stuff that she's like, if you need help, I'm there to help you.
Are we rolling?
There's
you
a
said
difference
spirit with
between
a
minus,
that's
two, right?
weird and this is magically terrifying.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair.
You said
I like
spirit with a
this
-2.
Yes, and your
Okay.
DC is 4.
Okay.
I don't want to be afraid of anybody.
Yes.
I forgot to open that book.
I'm
It is
gonna
right
spend
here
a
next to
penny
me.
and
So
re-roll
much
that.
first.
Good call.
Real bad. All right. Cool. We're good.
You didn't get ones on both dice, so you didn't critically
didn't
fail, but you got
double
a
crit fail.
-1 and a 1.
Yes, I did. So I'm gonna stop there and leave my 1 penny for something else, I guess.
Okay.
I
Would,
think
would you
I
like
did
another
good.
crack at it? Because I do
No,
have
I
2
think-
bennies.
No, I think this is reasonable for suddenly there's a dragon and also realizing the ridge you're on is bombed. So I feel like the
Like,
combination of
reasonable
both
amount
is
of
pretty
scary, yeah.
reasonable. Of
Yeah.
like Nick's about to be like, okay, I need to not be here. Goodbye.
Sorry, I gotta look up some things.
You're
Does
good.
this have any edges that combat fear? Not directly, no. So this will be at a -2 as well. It's D10 spirit -2. All right. 10. It explodes. Bigger numbers. One person isn't scared. The second other person is not scared.
All right, I'm gonna find the guy that's not scared. I'm gonna eat that guy.
Okay,
I'm gonna
the
eat
guy
that
that's
guy.
not scared is in the building closest to the middle of town.
Thank you.
However, your turn is over.
Thank you again.
We're also gonna have to go through some some fear table results for
So-
anybody who failed their fear roll.
There's a whole table. That's right.
It's
Mhm.
actually
Oh.
built into Roll20 if you use the at the top of your character sheet. There's actually a little emoji of a person going like,
Fear
"Oh, yeah."
roll.
That's the
Yeah.
fear check. But if you hit that, it'll automatically put a little button down there that says, "Hey, roll on the fear table."
Cool.
Gotcha.
I guess I'll just do that and then
Yeah.
I'll auto fail it, obviously. Oh, I'll fail it again. Great, beautiful.
I was gonna say, did I pass
Uh,
with my second one? I think
What
I
was
did.
your second
Yes.
one? Your second one was a 7, so yes.
Yeah, you're good.
Your
You're
roll
good.
Not
modifier
afraid of
is
my
0.
friend. You're my friend.
Character is
Nice.
shaken.
Hey, it's not too bad.
Oh, I can
It
help
can
you.
be
That is
devastating.
not the that's not the worst. Okay.
I can help you. I can help you.
Thank you. I'm
I
like
will lick it better. Bleh.
I'm like a long way away from you though, so let's figure
Yeah.
that one out.
I will spend a.
Yeah, just doesn't need to roll. And the other
just-
one
Just see this dog in the end. You're like, what?
is
Taken
not
makes it
afraid
does
anymore.
what for me again?
at the start of your turn. Make a vigor
Okay.
check. If you fail it, you can only do free actions,
Correct.
Gotcha.
or you can spend a Benny to get rid of shaken at any time.
Also that.
Good thing I kept the last Benny. Cool.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
But-
that was the guess. All right.
Up first is tier 1 of enemies, which will be a couple of people shooting at the giant dragon.
Like you do.
They would be d10s.
That checks out. Yep.
The dragon's easier to hit
It's true.
because of its size.
20 feet
Actually, misses.
big. They can't
Misses
shoot.
again.
On the other
Misses
hand,
again?
woo,
Oh my God.
scales.
I just rolled 1, 3, 3, 1.
Nice.
Did you take into account the size modifier of the target they are
So
firing
those
at?
threes would hit. Yes, those threes would hit.
Because our dragon friend real big.
That's a 9,
Whoa, big.
and that will hit as well. So, 6 people start shooting at the window with the thing they can see. 3 of them missed, 3 of them hit. Damage on one of these guns is 46. All right. Nana, on your sheet, you've got a couple of things that apply when you are in dragon form that don't normally apply, such as your dragon toughness armor. So, if you look at your armor, unclick Plastic Man light armor and click dragon form. I anticipated this.
What's up?
And
Okay,
put your
cool.
size, which is at 0, up to 6.
6, because I'm a 20-foot dragon, baby.
Hey,
I get
Hey, a
so many
big boy.
bonuses to hit you.
They have bonuses to hit you, but here's the thing.
I wouldn't, because they're my friend.
Yes, if you're just
Wow.
my friend.
There we go.
Oh, sweet mother of G.
But your
Wow.
toughness is now 29.
What's
Yo!
good? What's good? What's up? What's good?
Jesus.
Let's go.
So does this 8 beat your 29?
I don't
Nope,
think
one shot just
so.
doesn't matter.
I
Second
don't
shot.
think so.
Not even like base 8 math. Does that? No.
That's a 9, 12, can't hit. Doesn't do anything to you. Oh man. All 3 shots that hit you do nothing.
Dragon baby.
Yeah, I think they just snarl. I'm a baby. 2 months
But you
old.
do hear,
Yeah, so you're 2 months old.
but you do
You're so
hear,
young.
you're not shit. You're nothing. I
Do I
will
recognize-
ruin you.
Do I recognize that voice?
You do, as exploding out of the window with a flaming sword in his hands
Oh
Yup.
god.
is Butch,
That
who
checks
is
out.
not afraid of you whatsoever.
That doesn't shock me.
Yeah.
Butch does some shit. Butch is like, you couldn't even be a person if you tried.
Wow.
Butch is going to try to throw you off your game.
Yeah, what's the do I roll
Butch
emotional
is
damage?
rolling a taunt.
Yeah.
That'll work.
Haunt the dragon. Okay.
Yes.
That'll work. That will work on them.
Tests. I believe you oppose it with a spirit check. Let me get down to tests. Tests.
I'll admit it's been a minute since I've looked at those rules.
All right. Oh, don't tell me they listed under the skills way up above. Of course they list it earlier in the book. Which is before, nope, it's after the hindrances, but before the edges. There we go.
No edging on stream.
Only edging on street. All right. Taunt is an opposed roll opposed by your smarts. In combat, this is a
Oh
test.
no.
So go ahead and roll your smarts die, and you got to oppose the D8.
Oh, yeah, here we go.
What?
Describe the action, make an opposed test versus a foe's linked attribute.
Yep. All right. Let me see what that number you got is. You got a 1 and a 3.
That's a 1.
So, you did not beat the 6 that
Nope.
Butch got in their taunt. You couldn't even be human if you tried. Your mentor doesn't know nothing.
Furious, bumbling, impulsive.
You become shaken.
Oh wow.
You only become shaken with a raise. They're distracted or vulnerable.
Oh,
Attacker's
you're
choice.
distracted. You will offer a +2
vulnerable.
to attacks. So, they're going to take 2 attacks at you with no penalty for multi-action, and each of their attacks is actually 2 attacks because they have frenzy.
Oh, so like 4.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
it's like
basically.
deploy an attack, and then that arm splits into 2, and then those arms split into 2.
All right. What is your parry?
Jesus.
6.
All right. This 8 will beat it.
Mm.
Oh, I'm sorry. That they don't get added together. Sorry. They're 3 separate dies because they're technically 2 attacks and a wild die. So that is a. One of them is a miss, and one of them is a hit with a raise.
Hey.
So, the flaming techno wizard katana that they lay into you with.
That's the weebiest thing I've heard all day. Very
You
good.
just say things on this game.
Strength plus d12. Their strength is a d10. D10 plus d12 plus a d6 for the big one. D12, d6, d10. And, well, I'll reroll that d6 since I don't know where that other one went. Ooh, 2 of them
Phantoms.
explode. 17 plus 6 is 23.
Yeah.
Some fun numbers you're cooking up over there.
That's a big.
Plus
that's a
another
big
9 is
9.
32.
20. Yeah. 32?
You said 23 plus 9, 32.
32. So 32 against your toughness. This hits you and it hits you hard, these attacks. Or that one attack. We'll see if the second one hits you in a second. Or if the second one gets through your armor. After we resolve the damage from this one, I believe. You resolve the damage in order because it can matter.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you, looking at this chart under the combat section, are not shaken. So you become shaken, and it was a hit with 1 raise. 2 raises, actually. You will become shaken and 2 wounds. However,
Oof.
there's a thing you may do, which is called soaking the damage. You may spend a Benny to make a vigor check. Each success reduces the number, and raise reduces the number of attacks by 1. If you soak all wounds, you will also no longer be shaken.
Great. I would like to do the thing you said.
So, spend a Benny.
GM, I do that.
will. Yeah.
Spend that, Benny. Then I'm gonna
Spent.
roll. Thank you. I'm gonna roll my vigor. That's a 2.
So, would you like to spend a Benny on your vigor check to re-roll it?
Yeah.
Or do you want to take these wounds?
I'll take one more because I think another. I'm already distracted and fucked up. I'll take one
Oh
more.
god, right, you're distracted right now. Oh god.
Yeah. Things like
Yep,
taunt in this system are really, really good.
I can't help my friends if I'm focused on Butch, so I'm gonna take one more Benny and roll another vigor.
Oh, no.
Unfortunately,
Same.
you do not succeed.
It's the same. Yep.
This is the most you've ever felt pain.
Oh, they don't like it.
It gets through your scales into your. There's a chart I can roll, but let's just say left arm. And the flaming, burning thing. You are now technically on fire. I don't know if that will matter. Because it has the it burn quality. But that's a whole other thing, and you are. It is magical fire. That's under weapons or something. I don't know.
Okay.
Anyway, Fox, if you could look up it burns real quick.
Burn. Can do, Chief.
It's specifically it burns.
Oh.
It's for weapons that light you on fire.
I have one of those. Please stand by.
It's the sword goes right in between the shoulder blade joint. You hear a pop and a clack that you've never felt before, having never dislocated anything.
Damn.
On a raise, targets catch fire. They take 3d6 each round. Not enough to get through your toughness. Okay. You will be distracted until you're doused, but you're already distracted, so yeah.
I'll look up the fire section, but yeah.
The second attack from Butch is and what was your parry? 6?
Yes.
Oh, I had to roll damage for the second attack. That's right. Sorry. Yeah, that doesn't break through your toughness. All right. But his second set of attacks is that's a 1, that's a 6, and that's another 1 on the wild die. I'm gonna say that's a technical failure on his sword since he got a 1 on the wild. Yeah, he got a 1 on the wild die and 1 on one of the others. Maybe normally that's not, but I'm gonna call a critical glitch, as his sword takes a roll on the technical mishap check.
Oh,
Oh boy.
Oh, you broke his freaking sword? Sorry, I was looking up the fire rules and I just hear like, wait, he hit you so hard he broke his damn sword?
I think this is extra emotional damage because Vavasor spent a week trying to get swole because the last time this dude beat their ass, so they're right back where they started.
This is actually worse.
Oh boy.
Oh no, I think this is the worst they've ever been hurt, and they're mostly like, ew, pain. It just, what? No.
All
I
right.
don't like this.
He lit my friend on
don't like
fire. I'm
it.
gonna fucking light him on fire. I guess
Part
you
of the
could do that
sword,
too. It
part of the
occurs to me.
crystal on the sword starts to sputter, and it's still on fire, but it is giving penalties now.
Oh, okay.
Okay. That was my enemy's mutt. Muted. Sorry. Everyone
Woof.
Mutt, speak. Speak, Mutt.
Woof. Woof.
speak.
Okay, so
Oof.
thought. Since I'm being carried, do I now no longer have a movement, or do when I move, do also Fox?
You
I can
can't-
also, we can say I took Mutt wherever she wanted to go and then deposit.
Yeah, you
as
can jump
roughly
off
or as-
in a
like,
direction if you
could
want.
just whoop off
As-
of me.
I would like to rule of cool it here if possible.
Okay.
And I would like to be dropped on top of Vavasor and do like a slide down the tail so that I can cast my ESD on them, my emotional support dog, and to take away their shakens and things because their friend is like
Oh, do you have
rule of
relief
cool
or healing?
protecting. Relief, I believe.
Okay, you don't also have healing because they took wounds.
I have what you gave me.
Let me see. I don't remember. I don't think I did. I don't remember.
I think you just gave me the relief. That's all
Barking
I can
protection boards,
see.
empathy, and emotional. Yeah, relief. All right.
Yeah. I'll take
Um,
healing though if you want to give me that too.
Nope, you gotta buy it.
Okay.
The game boss has spoken.
All right. So you
Yeah.
make a psionics roll.
Science, or do I just hit the button here that says attack?
Hit the button. What?
Just-
It shouldn't say
it's
attack
just
plus
one
damage. It
button.
should just be a cast. But
Yeah. I want to
that is a
protect-
6, and it's good enough.
Protect
you're-
my friend.
You take the shaking condition off. There is still a -2 wound modifier on Vavasor, but they
But
will
you're
no
not-
longer have to make a vigor check
Yeah.
to do anything on their
Yeah.
next turn.
You're not super distracted. So basically, I just like you kind of give me this little toss, and as I'm coming down, like I know claws and stuff aren't gonna hurt you, so I'm using them to like
Scrape.
Tarzan down, like Tarzan on tree down your back, and I just my back ruffles are up, my teeth are bared, and I'm just at your foot. I don't probably look menacing at all next to you, but for you, you just look down and I have no fear of you. I am there for you. And you're a little shaken. And you're shaken. You're not shaken.
Really love the mental image of like Mutt, this little dog, like in front of like it's so close we can't see all of Vavasor.
I'm like the size of their fingernail, basically.
Yeah, and you do like the growl, and then we go to the wider shot, and we hear like the Godzilla roar come out of Vavasor.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Very good.
Good. You all have the mental image I was playing in my head this round.
Nick.
Cool.
Yeah. So quick question, the way this spend Benny to remove shaken business works.
Mhm.
Can I try the vigor roll? And if I fail that, can I be like, actually, Benny?
Yeah.
I believe
Okay,
so.
cool.
I'd have to
Yes,
double check,
I
but I
would-
think
I
you're
believe
allowed.
in the rules you're allowed to do it, but you still got to spend it if you fail. Because
That's,
you can
yeah, that's super fair. Like if
you can- roll.
I can make it and do something this turn, I'm gonna keep the Benny in
Yeah, well, it
reserve.
saves the
but
Benny. I want
I
to say
do
that's
have a
explicit in the
D4
rules.
vigor, so I'm not stupendously confident in my ability to do that anyway. So Also, I think I take Elder Delete this, don't I?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah, I
Yeah.
just get a -1 to vigor.
Well, I think that's factored in. I believe already.
Yeah,
Maybe I don't know. Roll your vigor.
Ass.
You got
I'm
a
gonna
0
spend-
and a 1.
I'd like to not do that. I'd like to instead spend this Benny and yeet the shaken condition.
You
Good
do
call.
that. The shaking condition is no longer on you, but you are out of bennies.
That's fine.
Bullshit. I've still got 2. You've still got
That's
2.
true.
I have 2. You have
Okay.
2.
You are in
All right.
communication range.
I know now that the ridge is booby trapped.
The ridge you are on is booby trapped.
I am on the ridge. There's not a lot of places to go that isn't booby trapped in nearby.
It's kaboomy trapped. Right?
Good.
Getting
Good.
late, Fox. We don't have time for bad jokes. Only good ones.
Okay.
Oh, I'll leave then.
I think so. I think the comms crackles to life, and I think that Zephyrdry, you just hear, "Where's the blank spot?"
Can I send him that data? Send them that data.
Yeah, that data will show up on their targeting HUD.
Cool. I'm gonna shoot in the general vicinity of that blank spot.
All right. As you pull up your gun, enemy 2 will take their turn.
That checks out.
There it is.
Yeah.
The ridge explodes.
Cool.
Like it does.
So how does this work?
It goes boom.
You will
you.
be making an evasion
Uh-huh.
with your agility
Okay. Yeah.
to take. You are going to go flying off the ridge
Yeah.
because the way they set up the explosives.
Cool.
Evasion. So go ahead and make an agility roll at -2.
Agility -2. Okay. Oh. Yep. So that's a -3 for me.
Oh. It's been around the block.
That is a -1 and a -3 total.
Oh my god.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
What would you like to re-roll that? Would you like a Benny?
I don't okay, so here's the thing.
Your call.
I have a D8 and a -3 penalty.
So you can roll up to a 5.
I could roll up to a 5, but that is 2 out of 5 options.
And
that
your
I
dice
get
could
there.
always explode.
They
That's true.
also could explode.
I will give it a shot, but I'm only taking 1.
Okay. I
Okay.
transmit one of my bennies to my good
Okay.
friend.
Because you told them to be prepared for this.
Yep. Let's try it again. 2.
You
Well.
got a 2. It's still not enough, unfortunately.
No, it's not. That's all right.
The
Hey.
entire ridge lines up. Bam, 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 bam. The
Mhm.
tower implodes. Just
Nice.
crumbles. The power meeple is no more. The church tower also explodes straight up from beneath.
Good.
Anywhere that would have made a half decent sniper perch is gone.
Nice.
Wow.
You
Got it,
take
Ninja crickets.
Beef.
Huh?
You got a beef with
3d8s.
us.
It's gonna
Take
be a
a
lot
hike
of
down
damage lane.
14 damage from the explosion.
Cool.
What is your toughness?
9?
All right, so that is a hit with a raise. You are
9.
shaken and take one wound.
All right. Cool.
You fall into town.
Yep, that checks out.
You hear
Ooh,
coming over the loudspeaker.
Sorry, question.
Yes.
So that interrupts my turn, right?
Yes, it does.
Okay, so I can't have done the other way around. Never mind.
It's a red joker.
Yeah, that's fine. I didn't know where in the order it inserts itself, so I was trying to check out. That's fine.
Yeah, it can literally interrupt anything with no test.
Yeah, that's fine.
You hear a loudspeaker. There's nowhere left for you to hide, imposter. And because this is essentially a movie,
Yep.
for years I suffered under Nicanor's training, quote unquote, what it was.
Mm-hmm.
They were the worst, and every time I needed them to be there, they were gone. And they left us alone, and I had to watch them die. Our team, piece by piece, fall apart, all because of they left. Zephyrdry, 2 shots get taken at you that are misses.
Does Nick not get the rest of Nick's turn?
We're still in the enemies going.
Oh!
Yeah.
There's
There's
a
more
lot
of them. My
I
bad.
put,
Please stand by.
3 of them on
Yes.
that. And
Shoot
then
at me.
a Cyber Knight does some things.
Yup.
I
Nick.
hit her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nick, it's back to your turn.
Okay. Cool. Do I still have blank spot targeting data? Is that a thing I still have from where I'm crashed on the ground?
One assumes it's no longer accurate.
No longer accurate. Okay, cool.
You can see the center of town. You can see a couple of the windows with the couple of mercs.
Oh
shooting.
wait, no, Butch is out in the open. If I can see
Butch is out in the open. Yeah.
Fuck
That's-
Butch in particular.
All right.
So
Firing into melee.
in particular.
Do not roll a
Yes.
1 on any of your dice.
Thank you. Or I
You
will
can do it.
kill
You
the
can
dragon.
do it.
I probably won't kill the dragon.
Okay, so
Kinda
well,
tough.
first what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna innate cast protection because I'm gonna need that for the rest of this game. Thank you.
Yeah, probably.
call.
That's a good bait. Yeah.
uh,
Good thing.
Shields up.
So roll the psionics. Hope for a
Yeah.
raise. Are you using any of these spend
ooh,
extra
that's
points?
so bad.
Are you using any of these spend extra points to cast a thing? But it doesn't
oh,
matter
fuck.
because you critically failed.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
that's
you
fine.
can't even Benny
You
out of
cannot
that.
re-roll that.
Nope, I cannot.
Your
Shit.
powers fail you in this
Oh,
moment. You
man.
doubt yourself. What is the rest of your turn?
Fuck it, shoot him.
Okay.
I think. So yeah, we're just gonna try that.
All right. Survival.
Okay.
Okay. -2 to be hit by any attack they're aware of. None. Here's the thing. Butch is hyper focusing.
There's a big
Wow.
fucking dog right in front
Call
of them.
out.
Oh, and a dragon.
Call out.
Woof.
Okay.
Butch is hyper focusing and ignoring you
Ugh.
because all Butch cares about is fighting this dragon.
Yeah, that checks out.
But that's good for you.
Okay, so I have a -2 to every action because of shaken, right?
Yeah.
I think it's that is how
Or
that
wait,
works.
no,
No.
if you're if you are shaken, you can only take 3 actions.
Right, but how does that count for?
You're unshaken, but so you have a -1 for your 1 wound
Gotcha.
because you're
okay.
you unshook by spending the Benny.
Right.
Unshook'n.
Okay, but did I get shaken on the raise, or that does not how that?
Oh, when you hit,
Yeah, when I
yes,
when
you
I,
got
when I fell.
reshaken.
Yeah.
So
I'm
make
just
another
reshaken.
vigor check.
Cool. At a minus, what was that? It's just it's a straight vigor, right?
It's just
Yeah.
it's just straight vigor roll.
Cool. Straight
Before
vigor.
the wound penalty is applied.
Yeah. So I can't beat that. Darn about it.
All right, the wound penalty is there. So
The wound
you can if
penalty
your
is-
die explodes.
Yeah. Oh wow. Well,
You got a 7.
Jesus Christ. Okay. Cool.
You succeed on your roll to unshake.
Sure enough,
Cool.
4, 4,
Fuck off.
3. Yeah, it popped twice.
Shaken. Okay. Cool.
It's hard to flap.
Let's fucking shoot this person in the everything. Okay, so let me crack open the flow chart I have for Nick's fucking damage. Alrighty, so we have
You negate any distance penalty.
I negate distance penalties. I'm going for a fucking call headshot again because I might as well.
-4.
Sharpshooting, got it. Sorry, marksman -2, trademark -2, +1 to hit from sharpshoot, +1 to hit from multi-optics. Okay, so I do this at a +2. So let us.
That's the thing about systems like this. Having a flow chart of what bonuses do and do not apply in different situations is very good.
Really helpful. Absolutely recommend doing it a lot.
I built the Matrix just to figure out how the crap Nick can and can't shoot at things.
But also, you could be like Mutt and do one thing
Really
very well.
good.
Really
all the
well.
time. One
Go ahead and
thing.
roll that
I'm
shot.
one
Let's do
thing.
the shot. Well, that's a 4.
That is a 4,
That's
which is what you is. Does that have your -4 factored in?
Oh wait, hold on.
Oh wait, no, you offset that -4. Never mind.
Yeah, that's it rolling with all the offsets.
That's with all the stuff. You got a
Yep.
4. That's a hit.
That's a hit.
Cool.
Like, that is a hit.
Let's re-roll damage. Let's roll damage, I should say.
Click that roll damage button, and what does
Yo.
headshot do? 4 extra.
It does. So what?
I'll
Hitting
check.
the head of vital organs adds 4 to the damage.
All right, so it's a 19 AP6 mega damage.
Okay. Butch's toughness is 16. What's your armor piercing?
6.
All right, so it's actually a 9.
9.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh no, it's not a 9, it's 10
No,
because it's a
10.
16.
Yep.
7 of its armor. You negate all but one of it.
Yep.
So it's a 10 and you got a 19, which is a hit with 2
Yes.
raises.
Okay.
Shit.
Does hit with 2 how does hit with 2 raises work?
So he's currently unshaken, but now is shaken but shrugs that off because of being who he is.
Yep.
But takes 2 wounds.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Now for other people that would give them negatives to do things.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Yep. Butch.
Common plan.
Butch does not seem to notice as half of his non-sword holding arm is gone. Butch loses left arm. Or no, you went for the head.
I did.
Yeah, he went for the head.
Is he gonna say his left
head.
head?
Yeah, that's what I said. Butch loses left head.
Butch loses left eye.
Oh.
Just. Oh, that's the right. This one.
Left head.
2 wounds. I'll note that.
That's
Butch
that's
loses
out of
left
context.
head.
TTRPG Twitter. That's
Fuck my-
beautiful.
And as it is getting late, we will pick up next time. But before that happens, shimmering over town on top of the only remaining building above 3 stories, we see a black suit of armor decloaking
Hey, rude.
as it points down and says, "You're my target. I've flushed you out. Who the fuck are you? Do you want to respond?" As this is Dragon Ball Z and you can have 20 minutes.
Unlimited talking time. Thank you, Frank. Nick's response, I think, is to flavorly, because we're not doing, because it mechanically does nothing, is to they shoot the gun at Butch, hear this, like take one hand off the rifle, draw a Colt, shoot it in the direction of that person talking without looking, and then duck down an alley.
It hits armor and there's a ting sound. The chase is on. And that's where we'll leave it
Dun dun dun
for
dun
tonight.
dun dun.
Hey. All right.
So, thank you everybody for joining us.
I just saw that.
Yeah.
I'll read it later. Anyway, focus on ending the stream. Thank you to our sponsor, Grinding Coffee Company. You can get a discount for 10% off using code Gunmetal Blues. Not discount, coffee. You can join us in the Discord to look at the awesome pictures that Armor Lord and I have posted of original Riffs art showing the things we are talking about occasionally in the Discord. It's a chill place. And we do have merch in the store. So, with all of that, I'm going to say we will. I don't know if I will reset your bennies, but I do want to give you all in advance.
Hey.
I kind of like is resetting your bennies more. It's more beneficial to some of you, but I think it's a good enough. Like you know how when an episode, the next episode starts midway through, it seems like everyone's half better anyway. So we'll reset your bennies anyway. So
I only ever use like one every 3 episodes anyway. It's fine.
I should make you roll more, I guess.
No.
So
I will admit, it was only this episode that I remembered. Oh right, we can burn Betty's to like add things to the narrative. So had combat gone back around to me, I was realizing like I know what I would do with that Benny, but
write it down so you don't forget. Like seriously. But we are now going to go back to our normal human selves. So starting, tell people where we can find you and the wonderful things you're up to, starting with Nana.
Hi, I'm Nana Lovebug. I'm a digital artist and TTRPG gremlin. You can find me on TikTok and Twitch and Instagram and all the social medias at Nana_Lovebug or just Nana Lovebug. I do lots of stuff with queer folks, QTPOC. If you're queer, trans people, a person of color, come on by. You fam, what's up? That's me. You can find me on Tuesday nights on Twitch, drawing and having a good time.
All right. Thank you so much. They are super enjoyable streams.
Oh,
Oh, shucks. Thank you.
so much.
All
I'm
right.
talented.
Ryomasa.
Hey, hi, I'm Masa. I play the soon-to-be deceased Nicanor. It's you can find me here on this show. Obviously, you can find me on Twitter at ry0masa. You can also find me on Sundays over at Friends Who Roll Dice at 1 p.m. EST for Demon Creek, which is our 1800s Wild West Urban Shadows game. And then specifically next week, you can find me on Friday at I want to say 2 p.m. EST over at +1 where we're playing oh my god, what is it called? The Few and the Cursed, which is another dark fantasy western game thing because I have a brand.
Well, at least you enjoy it.
I do.
All right. Thank you so much. All right, and Maxine.
Hi, my name is Maxine Bachman, and also known as That Girl at That Place, anywhere and everywhere except for Instagram, where I'm Lady Skyburn or That Girl's Art Page. You can find me streaming here on Thursdays and on my channel, That Girl at That Place 114, from 5 to 8 p.m. ish Eastern Standard Time, if my technology likes me. If not, maybe Wednesdays. I'll try it again when I'm not rage quitting. So
Fair.
Yeah. Other than that, I just do art for all the things. So if you need art, commissions are open.
All right. Up next is Fox.
Hey,
Sorry.
folks. I remain Fox Barrett at Fox_Barrett on Twitter and Fox_Bar on Twitch. Forgot my own username for a half second there. You can catch me over at twitch.tv/devilslikegaming with the rest of the DLG crew. Tomorrow night, we've got another episode of Stellar Age Star Sector Drop coming your way, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And this Saturday marks the triumphant, long-awaited, deeply burdened return of Chronicles of Andamon, Devil's Orchard. Ow! I just hit my lamp. Devil's Orchard is finally coming back. It is a dark fantasy.
On point.
It's a dark fantasy, not quite Gaslamp horror setting that we run with Zweihander. It's going to be going on every Saturday for a while. It is the continuation of the show that we had going for a while on Saturdays, and then life conspired to just completely upheave us, but it's back, goddammit, and we're going to finish the story. Goddammit. So check us out. Or check me out, I guess. Twitch.tv/devilslikegaming, Fridays and Saturdays, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Also, I might be streaming on other channels. More on this news as it develops.
Fair.
All right. Thank you so much, everybody. My name is Bisonic Kevin, and you can find me at Bisonic Kevin on the Twitters, also in the Discord here. And you can find my wife's amazing knitwear patterns at lattesandllamas.com. I believe the Pokemon Yellow sock is the final of the 4 Pokemon pattern socks released,
so cool.
and it is extremely awesome. All right. With that, /raid. I think we're going to raid the Lost Caravan. That's the only people I know who are still going.
I thought you said /rage. It's like, we don't have barbarians here.
We have a dragon.
I mean,
that's like worth
Butch
40
and-
barbarians.
Butch
That's
and
fair.
Vavasor are
That's
pretty
fair.
rage.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, see, like, yes, right there.
Use Rage Queen.
Exactly.
You Rage Queen.
So join us next time for the 6th bullet in the 6 gun, as we plan to take a short break afterwards. But I don't feel like I'm done with this crew yet. So
Hey.
so join us
So
next
much
week for
more to
the
live for.
somewhat
Or die
finale,
for.
for
Or die
the
for.
season finale,
Yes.
the mini series finale.
Hey.
Finale.
Savage Rift's Gunmetal Blues. So let me get that raid going. Raid has been created. All right. Thank you once again for joining us. We appreciate you all so much,
Yeah.
and we'll catch you soon.
Bye.